Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. My name is Dr. Ahmad Ikhwan Shah bin Akhtar Ali, your trainer for Assistant Medical Review Officer course. For this session, I am trained under United States Department Medical Review Officer Certification Council under US Department of Transport, or so-called USDOT, since 2021. And I was trained by the chief trainers of Academy of Occupational Environmental Medicine Malaysia, AOEMM, to conduct this course, Assistant Medical Review Officer as well as Medical Review Officer. So here you are today. I will take you through the journey for the training named as AMRO course. So I am serving as a medical officer in the private sector in the state of Kuantan, Pahang. And I graduated with my medical bachelor and bachelor of surgery MBBS in 2005, and gained HRDC certificate, which was HRDF at that time since 2013, trained the trainer certificate. So throughout my career, I am conducting lots of occupational safety and health training, in particular, specifically for this one, Assistant Medical Review Officer. So we from AOEM welcome you for the training today, and let's follow, sit back and relax and participate for the training the rest of the day. Thank you. Okay, so I'll start. So this is the drug-free workplace program. We have around 1 hour plus, 1 hour 10 minutes, 1 hour 15 minutes. You will learn about the introduction and the substance of misuse and the substance of misuse at work. What are these things, in your topics? And then we have the drug and alcohol free workplace program. How is it, the program and policy, the legal framework? Like I mentioned, this is the only opportunity for you to have or learn about this. Yes, there are legal framework in Malaysia, but not specific. Let me explain to you later. And after that, we won't have the time to repeat to you that much unless you are asking. Then you will find out that you won't be able to recall in your exam question if you are not following the lecture. Okay, and I will conclude that one. So let me just have a brief go through with ice-breaking session. So we have here, a brief introduction. You are Wendy. Okay, Wendy from Berkat Osh. Okay, Delson. Same from Berkat Osh as well. And again, just a brief one. Where are you from?
Shafiq from
Dialog. Okay. Dialog Kemaman or HQ. Okay.
Huzaimi daripada Sapura.
Sapura. Okay. Then carry on quickly.
Aisa from EET.
What is that? EET?
Energy Equipment Tech.
Yeah.
Suhaida from Tabali Supply Base.
Okay.
Hari ini from Hantalega NGC.
Okay.
Nasir from Hantalega.
Okay. Towards KLIE, I can see that Hantalega, that one lah. Okay. Yeah, that's me.
Dan ini Pengerang Gateway.
Pengerang Gateway. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Asrul.
So from Sabah International Petroleum.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Back there.
Expensive Miri.
Miri. Which company? Freelance. Yeah. Oh, Clinic Dr. Chew. Okay. Yeah.
Teki from ISOS.
ISOS Sarawak. Okay.
Dia from ISOS.
Okay. Yeah. Carry on.
Raymond from ISOS.
Syahid from ISOS.
ISOS Sarawak as well. Which one? KL.
Yeah.
Okay. Why you are looking at Jackie? Okay. Okay. Mr. Afan. Is it? Okay.
Berkat.
HQ lah. Johor. Offshore. Okay. Then,
From Berkat.
okay. Nice to meet you. Yes, Fiza.
From AMD Clinic.
Okay. From
AMD Clinic.
AMD. Where is that?
AMD. Pasir Gudang.
Okay. Yeah.
Tasha from
Okay. Yeah.
Alia from Clinic Keluarga One Medic.
Okay. Welcome. Keluarga One Medic. Okay.
Clinic One Medic Youngster.
Oh, okay. Yes. Then
Farah from Hospital Picasso.
Hospital
Picasso.
Picasso. Where is that?
PJ.
PJ, okay. Welcome. Ideal?
From Electricity.
Okay.
Shamin from Bosch.
Bosch as well. Oh, okay. CMF. You are working there in Pengerang. Okay. Lia?
Klinik Bestari.
Klinik Desaru. Okay.
Anis from Klinik Bestari.
Oh, Bestari Dr. Aisam, is it? Bestari lah. Oh, sorry, I heard Klinik Desaru just now. Okay. Yes.
Port Dickson.
Oh, Port Dickson.
Yeah.
Which clinic are you from? Or which
From
company?
a private clinic.
Ah.
Company or
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Sir Hanif?
From the Bali supply base.
Okay. Zul?
From Shankali Has.
Serigali has. Okay. Yeah.
Shazwan from Jastang Jaya.
Okay.
Freelance.
Freelance. Zwan ME? Medical assistant. Okay. You are doing some freelance work? Okay, good. Yes. Yeah. Ada.
Ada from Klinik Kunia Batu Pahat.
Okay.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
My name is Farah Hafidah binti Hussein. I also see my friend Klinik Kunia Batu Pahat.
Oh, okay. Yes. Final two. Farhan, is it? Farhan. O2 Clinic. Penang? Penang. Okay. Jackie?
Morning, JK Freelance.
Oh, Zeki freelance. Okay. So you can go everywhere. Okay. So let me just have a quick start here. What are the drug and alcohol free workplace program? Okay. So for the introduction and the substance misuse, like I told you just now, what are the substance of misuse? In other words, in Malay it is bahan atau terlarang, kan? Substance of abuse and misuse. Bahan yang disalahgunakan atau terlarang, something like that lah. Okay. So you get used to your language. We have a dual language question tomorrow. So it's up to you which language to choose. Meaning to say that if you choose to answer in Malay language, bahasa Melayu, please write full sentence in Malay. Don't write half, because blah blah blah, then suddenly bahasa Melayu. Oh no, if you want to write in bahasa Melayu the whole thing. Okay? And if you want to write in English, answer in English. Okay? That is not a short essay even, that will be just an understanding for you to list out. You can list in point form 1 or 2, 3 reason that we are asking, 1 or 2, 3 type that we are asking. Not even a short essay, not even a short subjective. You don't have to made up a paragraph, tak perlu mengarang, don't worry. Okay, so affect all aspect of our life, all industry, business, institution, communities, sensitive and emotional issue to affected individuals and their families, people who abuse drug. What will happen? They are not themselves, they even tend to kill their own family member, right? If they are in desperation, and of course in our company we don't want these fellas to contribute to our industry. That will be a source of causing accident, causing major accident, not just accidentally drove a Toyota Hilux into a drain. That will be okay. Toyota Hilux maybe 120, 130k, but if there's a floating platform as FPSO or something exploded, that's not 120,000. That is maybe billions of loss. Causing business failure. Okay, so sensitive and emotional issues to affected individuals. So difficult to treat affected individual and to eliminate from the population, and political issues and socio-economic burden as well to employers. Some of you are functioning as a human resource personnel. Some of you are functioning as a gatekeeper. Those who came forward for the UMRO training, congratulations to all of you. You are going to be the gatekeeper in terms of drug-free and alcohol-free workplace program to assess your worker, are they fit to work or not in terms of this, right? Because a single person with a drug problem will have a performance issue, right? You have a worker, office worker, but he will have to go to the toilet every 3 to 7 minutes. What happened? Maybe once every 6 months, okay lah. Sometimes you get diarrhea, right? Cerit birit. But this one like 5 days in a week, he's like that. And then the company found out, some of them found out that he went to the toilet to snort some powder. He's addicted to some drug, like amphetamine, shabu thing. So that's not good, right? So he looks stimulated, but that's a presentism syndrome. He's present at work, clock in at work, but cannot perform. Worst case is those who are sent out, those who are working offshores. Definitely the supervisors won't go along with you. You have many platforms to settle. For example, some mechanical servicing team. So there will be, you have to send them, 3 of them, to unmanned platform offshore, right? So you cannot monitor them. It's their own integrity to work, yeah. But if they end up abusing drugs there, so they won't be performing work scheduled to be completed within 36 hours, for example, but it dragged to 72 hours because of some issues, right? But the personal issue, that will be a problematic thing. So we have a chemical compound of natural, synthetic, semi-synthetic. Yeah, that KK tablet, paracetamol, we bought paracetamol menstrual, we bought paracetamol, all these things. We have some leg injury. These are drugs. We have some pain in our simple one, headache lah. So these are drugs, but those are not prohibited drugs. Those are legalized drugs. Some of them need to be prescribed by registered doctors, not the registered bomoh, registered doctors. Okay, don't go and search for bomoh antarabangsa prescription or everything. So we have Panadol, antibiotic, vitamins, alcohol. These are also drugs, but the term is you have to differentiate: is it legal or illegal? Okay, that's it. So means if one is consuming something like a Panadol tablet, but it is having a X sign or Mickey Mouse sign, that can be an amphetamine tablet. That's not that's illegal, right? Okay. So in the context of drug misuse, refer to chemical compounds that have mind-altering effects. You have to take into account of this. Mind-altering effects are psychoactive. Okay, mind-altering effects are psychoactive. We have this. We may not have time to repeat this word, but you have to take it today. Psychoactive. So, what are these? Mind-altering effects. Yeah, it can be any drugs. It can be any type of drugs. You have to bear in mind we have 2 types of drugs that I'm going to explain in my next slide, which will be perangsang, stimulant, as well as depressant. Okay. From this point of time, this is not only introduction that you can only sit back and relax. You have to take into your mind, back of your mind, so that for you to recall for the examination tomorrow, we have stimulant and depressant drug. So I will go through one by one which are the important. Then you have to take jot down which one is stimulant. For example, amphetamine is a stimulant. For example, morphine is a depressant. I give you two examples. Okay. So these are the psychoactive compounds. Examples are morphine, amphetamines are there, cocaine, ketum. We'll go on after this. Okay. So substance drug misuse are the psychoactive. Usage of these psychoactive mind-altering drugs without legitimate prescription. No doctors are going to prescribe you amphetamine tablet. No doctors are going to, you take this ecstasy lah, you will work better. No, right? That is illegal. So use of psychoactive drugs not for its intended use, irrespective of consequences. Sometimes, yes, your maybe friends or your father or your mother are prescribed by certain specialists with sleeping tablets, like Dr. Abu mentioned just now. This comes into the class of depressant, benzodiazepine. People take the pill to sleep, so it is depressant drug. But you, not your father, who are not prescribed, pinjam ubat dia, consume, that is illegal. And then we test, screening, Amrul test, found in Mr. Karim urines positive, or we call it non-negative for benzodiazepine, but he said he consumed, pinjam ubat tidur ayah dia. That's not correct. If founded in the urine of Mr. Karim's father, that's okay, because he have a proof of prescription, whether prescription is ongoing or prescription already expired, but on his name. Okay, this is one case, but not for you to discuss with your donor. In the procedure later, I will take the lecture on sample collection procedure, not for Amro to discuss at any point of time with the donor, you makan ubat apa, you buat operation apa. No, all this discussion will go on if there is any cases with the MRO in the verification process later, so don't worry. So therefore, you just have to have a mapping view, aerial view of this topic, not for you to understand augmentin is amoxicillin plus clavulanic acid and all these things. Those are in medical maybe you can remember, but that will be complicated because MROs, medical review officers, they have to learn the pharmacology, not assistant medical officer. Assistant medical review officer, you have to learn 90% of the procedural, okay, which we will learn. Okay, so we have 3 stages of drug abuse. 3 stages of drug abuse. So which is tolerance, dependence, addiction, finally will cause illness and fatality. So if it is a tolerance, you are taking the drug, tolerance. So if it is a tolerance, how is it? Lali lah. You take 1 tablet, you feel like you have to consume 2 tablets, 3 tablets. You take once a week, you have to increase it to 3 times, 4 times daily something. Okay, so that's a tolerance. And dependence is something that you cannot stand not taking it. Yeah, it happens to your coffee as well. Some of you need coffee every day, right? But these are stimulant, nicotine. But nicotine are not a substance of abuse. Okay, you can consume that. Okay, we'll talk about alcohol in the afternoon later. Okay, so addiction is a state where you will go into withdrawal. If you are not taking it, some of them will become some altered behavior, abnormal behavior. They call it withdrawal, gian, right? Okay, so these are addiction. So within these 3 stages, tolerance, dependence and addiction will show that if you go any nearer to any type of drugs, you will end up addicted to it. Yeah, so it means first you are trying it, and then finally you are indulging into it, and finally you cannot stop not taking it. These are the okay. Yeah. So drug misuse and terminology definition, it's there regarding the tolerance, dependence, addiction, as I have explained to you just now. Any of you have any problem of understanding, you can immediately raise your hand and ask to me, or even during the coffee break or whatsoever that you don't understand. If you need to ask me in Malay, yes, we have to conduct the course with regards to requirements of several bodies which granting us for the training to be conducted 75 to 80% in English. Okay, but I can always translate if in any case that you need to further explanation. Yeah, kalau tak faham boleh bertanya. Okay, so tolerance, dependence and addiction, and these are the statistics. Substance of misuse in Malaysia 2016-2020. Okay, trend statistik penagih dadah dikesan AADK mengikut bangsa. Trend statistik penagih dadah dikesan mengikut kategori tahap pendidikan. Meaning mostly those who are at the lower education level will abuse more drugs sometimes, but not to say that some of them who are even a degree holder and above as well consume drug. Yeah, those who are even we have a lorry driver, bus driver consume drugs. Even we have aircraft pilot consume drug. Yeah, some of the company, I didn't heard of the list today. Sometimes we have from Batik what join us to create to improvise their drug-free workplace program in their workplace, because they say cases happen among pilots, among the aircraft crew, but without a policy, without a proper understanding, you cannot just screen drug. You have to understand that is it new for Hatta Lega team to come for drug-free workplace program? Is it new, or you have some of your seniors did it before? Yeah. So those who are really first for those clinics, maybe they are enforcing Malaysian Petroleum Management or Petronas policy or Shell policy is okay. But those who just want to initiate, yeah, somebody from some engineering or something before, is it Aisha? You are from EEC or something just now, right? Is it new for you, or you have your seniors already conducting this? Yeah, okay. So before those who are newly conducting this, you have to develop a policy. And some of the misunderstanding for the company, drug screening day, they always invite AADK or police to stand by outside of the company premise. That will frighten the workers, right? Some of them may run away, some of them may not be present. So that's not the way of drug testing. Yeah? We will learn along how is it. Okay. So substance misuse in Malaysia, dan statistik penyakit dadah mengikut jantina kategori umur, ya. We have primary school kids, ya. They are eating choki-choki candy but laced with amphetamine and ecstasy in class. They have something at the back of their pencil, looks like the rubber, right? But that's the amphetamine stick. Yeah, cheaper. We have some cases in Sabah, for example, shared by me from the Department of Education Negeri Sabah. Yeah, you know, fresh cow dung, tahi lembu kan. Masa dia panas-panas tu, kalau dulu lah, kalau you tekup dengan tempurung kelapa, sedut dapat metin. Metin is macam kita bau isi minyak, inhalant. Yeah. So these school kids put that in the plastic macam air ikat tepi tu inside their baju sekolah and straw. So dalam kelas dia bau. Something like that lah. So they are addicted. They are addicted to the inhalation, the smell of it. But that's cheap, right? Nobody selling tai lembu kan. Okay, so it's free, yeah, right? But nowadays, I think those school kids who at least bring 7 to 10 ringgit a day at school, some of them can afford these amphetamine candies. So the marketing for the drug pushers starts from school. If they start consuming amphetamine from this age, they will end up addicted and they will go to the severe one like heroin and all, morphine, yeah, which involve intravenous injection, yeah, okay, and gone. Their career will gone. Their education, they cannot concentrate on their education, this and that. But this will be the what you call. They will drift from the education system, yeah, rather than developing themselves. Okay, so we have all this. Okay, common drug of misuse, like I told you just now, you have to classify which are stimulant and depressant. Okay, so let me draw a line, okay, for this. So we have stimulant and depressant. Okay, stimulant and depressant. Okay. So we have amphetamine. I just put the short form here, amphetamine, normally known as AMP. Okay, amphetamine, yeah. So you have to ni sikit, can? Okay, amphetamine. Okay. So yang belakang kalau tak nampak, you can always depan or zoom with your camera. Okay. For the class session, we allow you to use your phone for something, yeah, right? But not during the exam and not during the last video that we are going to share to you tomorrow before the practical. That will be the practical video that we have filmed sometime before for you to understand the drug collection process. Okay, that one we don't allow you to use. So these are amphetamine stimulant. Stimulant means once you take it, both are psychoactive. Apa dia psychoactive? Mengubah keadaan minda normal manusia, mind altering effect. Means I don't know you, but I've been talking to you like I know you for 10 years, something like that. Happens like people who consume alcohol 2-3 glass and okay. And we have cocaine, yeah. Cocaine is also a slow onset stimulant. Okay, cocaine. So I just write it, the short form, which normally appears in your drug collection kit, which I will explain later. And then you have depressant, opiate, yeah, OPI, opiate. These are depressant, just for okay. And then we have cannabis, is also a slow onset stimulant, THC, cannabis. And solvent inhalant is also a stimulant, something like sometime if we smell on off, if we smell on off during we filling up around 95 or so, sedap bau kan. But if you put the blaze or whatever around 100, is more ni lah, lagi sedap. Okay, so but don't get addicted to it. Itu je. Okay, don't get addicted to it. Okay, so di sana ni. Tapi kalau disil tak sedap mau kan, minyak disil. Okay. So amphetamine, cocaine, THC, OPI. Okay, and then we have the solvent inhalants. Okay, but these are not screened. I will explain to you. Solvents, inhalant, hidu, gam basikal. Yang tu kita tak screen. We don't do the screening at our center, at your center. Dalam kit screening pun tak ada kita screen untuk orang hidu gam dunlop apa semua tak ada kesan. Okay, but we look at them from the behaviour change. Macam mana orang hidu gam berubah ni, tulisan berubah, perangai berubah. Hari hujan dia pakai baju singlet, hari panas dia pakai payung. Kalau kita balik ke kampung-kampung kita jumpa kan, something like that lah. Okay, so you have the sedative sleeping pills, but I put here is BZO, benzodiazepine. You will have your barbiturates, BARBI, barbiturates ni air penuh. Benzodiazepine, sleeping pill, barbiturates as well, and hallucinogens. Hallucinogen is something like kita macam laluk lah kan. Bila laluk tu depression, hallucinogen. Okay, what you have? LSD, something like that lah, but we call it LSD. Okay, but these are rare in Malaysia. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, I will explain one by one amphetamine and methamphetamine. So you already classify your mind regarding which one are stimulant and which one are depressant. So as simple as this, we're going to ask you list some drugs which are stimulant. Macam tu lah. So if you cannot recall, memang tak boleh jawab lah kan. That's the sample of your how we want you. Okay. So the problem yang I detect is yes.
Perbezaan dia lah, contoh stimulan dengan depression. So stimulan ni untuk yang menghayati.
Okay. The question here is what are the difference of stimulant and depressant lah kan. You nak tanya So stimulant is the one which cause of stimulant effect. For example, you makan tu you jadi tak mengantuk, boleh bawa lori trailer daripada Kota Baru pergi Singapura, driver yang sama balik dari Singapura sampai tumpat balik. Okay, macam tu lah. Okay, stimulant. Or simple, those who took ecstasy in the pub, dia akan melompat-lompat. Stimulant lah. Okay, depressant is something like benzodiazepine, for example. I put there, you took that, you can sleep not for 8 hours, for 18 hours. Okay, something like that. Depends on the action of the drug. There are drug which is moderate acting, long acting, short acting. Okay, so cases in my experience, I'm working in Kuantan. My clinic is in Kuantan. Okay, so in Pantai Timur we have a lot of cases of amphetamine and benzodiazepine. These workers, contractors, they want to work. Shutdown operation is like you have to work like definitely more than 8 hours, 12, 14, 16 hours. Sometimes they sleep for 3 hours. So they want to push themselves. So you can say the most expensive coffee by Starbucks or Coffee Bean or whatever, not enough. So they take these stimulant pills to stay awake. But then they have only 1 or 2 days to rest. So they took the sleeping pills. So from Gebeng they are going to Melaka already. So they need 2 days, they want to sleep. So their friend push this tablet, you makan ubat ni boleh tidur. Normally it's like that lah. And then we found in their urine amphetamine and benzodiazepine mostly, and it's not that expensive, this not that expensive. Of course it is more expensive than your Panadol, of course. Okay, but I can say it's not even in street, just selling into. I can say amphetamine tablet is just like 30 ringgit plus per tablet, so still okay lah. Still okay. And benzodiazepine is something like that as well. But if it goes to injection like morphine, opioid stick, heroin sticks, something like a madu stick, that will cost 180 per stick, which is only a short dose. Can you imagine workers who are taking 3 or 4 doses a week? How much is that already? Something like paying your car installment, right? If the worker will have financial problem, if they are at the below assistant technician level of salary, below 2,000 salary per month, for example, even below 3,000 salary per month, for example, if they are consuming drug at 300, 400 per week, they will end up stealing here and there. Yeah, we have problems like in central medical facilities Pengerang, where contractors used to stay in hostels or dorms. Yeah, so those are unattended lockers, tiba-tiba hilang phone, hilang laptop, itu biasa lah tu. So these are the things that they need more money, they need to. Yeah, so sometime along kereta parking lama sikit, tayar hilang. Okay, dekat side. So that happens. Motor parking, minyak penuh, nak balik tengok minyak dah kosong. Siapa sedut minyak tu? Okay, so these are the issues. If goes to the society, there will be more worse. Like I told you, they can kill their own siblings. They can kill their a son, killing their own mother, asking for her necklace to sell, to buy drugs, this and that. Yeah. So a lot daily in our news. Even if you on your Google now, also there will be some weird news happen yesterday or even past hour, right? So these are amphetamine. You have to know the name, the effects, the active metabolite, and how is it used. Active metabolite for amphetamine is amphetamine, methamphetamine. This is the one that we are detecting at the screening kit. And we have amphetamine, methamphetamine. These are the street name. Ada panggil ice, ada panggil shabu, ada panggil batu, macam-macam lah. These are the things. And then effects are strong stimulant, may have psychedelic effect. Psychedelic effect, for your information, is something like a sexual stimulant effect. Psychedelic effects, okay? And increased metabolic rate. So everything is increased. Like as simple as we consume coffee, we feel like a bit stimulated, okay? Something like that, okay? But this is more. This is worse, okay? And the active metabolite is the one that we are screening for it. Next, cocaine, also a stimulant. Okay, we are clear now what are stimulant and this depressant. Okay, so translate yourself in Malay. We have dadah merangsang dan dadah yang merehatkan, bagi macam ubat tidur lah kot, depressant. Okay, so the source is ada coca plant. Daun ni macam daun akasia, tapi bukan akasia. Okay, it's coca plant, coca leaf. Yeah, okay, that's why the name is cocaine. But don't worry, since 19th century there are no more cocaine in coke. Ya, sekarang ni orang minum coke tu dia campur, barulah jadi ada cocaine, ada apa. Okey, coke campur Panadol pun ada, macam-macam lah. Okey, so active metabolite is benzoyl-lecgonin. These are the one that will be screened in your drug test kit. Yeah, later I will tell you about that, which consists of benzoyl-lecgonin, barulah ada cocaine. Okay, bunyi macam Transformers pula. Okay, so I mean you this kit lah. This is what I mean by this kit, manusia screen, but we have a specific topic on this. Screening ni akan melihat kehadiran active metabolite. Okay, that's why I told you about that. You have to know that what are the active metabolite. Later you will have the AMRO are responsible to request for the confirmatory test. Kan? So okay. So the effects are potent brain stimulant and so on. Okay. These are the cocaine, and then these are the coca leaf. How people consume it? Cocaine crystals. Okay. What is this? They put this one to snort, so they don't use pipe. They use the $100 note, US dollar, $100 note to make it. Okay. And synthetic opiate. Opioids. Synthetic opiates. OPI, okay, depressant, macam-macam nama. We have Suboxone, Apache, Red Rock, White Horse, macam-macam lah. Morphine-like effects, can be addictive. Okay, opiate is a big family. Daripada opiate akan jadi heroin, morphine and everything. But these are the pharmacology. Like I told you, the details leave it to your MRO, but you just have to have an idea. Donor ni ataupun yang duduk kat klinik hospital tu, patient ni non-negatif untuk apa, tu je. Later verification process, the doctor are expertly trained to verify that part. So you don't have to keep on asking your donor, oh ada buat operation ni, ada makan ubat tu, ubat ni, tak. Your call is do drug testing, do it. Okay, we follow the procedure. Later explanation, you have the chance that you are, don't worry sir, our policy is not telling that you are going to court, you are going to prison or whatever. Just follow the flow, and after this you will have the opportunity to explain to our verifier, which is our appointed medical review officer. Hartarega will appoint dia punya MRO, ya, spesifik klinik besari ada MRO dia, berkat ada MRO dia, and so on. Okay, and there will be an explanation. If the donor is at the correct position, they will produce a correct prescription that he is prescribed with this tablet legitimately, so it's okay. That's how it goes. But the X can tell you, some of the donor not even providing the urine, run away. Itu mana dia ada masalah lah kan. Bila panggil dia tak datang. That can be an issue. Okay, so these are the synthetic opiate and opioids. We have a natural opiate as well, which goes into heroin, morphine and codeine yang saya cakap tadi tu. Sirap codeine is the one like a honey liquid. Yang ni yang selalu dicampur dalam ubat batuk. Ubat batuk tak ada masalah. Ya, okay. Ya, okay, ubat batuk tak ada masalah. Brekol ke apa ke tak ada masalah. Those are the lace cough syrup yang jadi problem. Okay, and then we have usually injected, okay, heroin memang inject lah. Kita pun boleh nampak lah nampak kerja tu, kalau kita ada yang dia kerja janitor, menyapu, membersih lah, cleaning service. Tapi dia duduk kat Malaysia kan, bukan kat US. Kat Malaysia ada lelaki selalu pakai apa benda panggil arm sock or whatever you call that one, hand sock tu, and then bila kita tengok betul-betul rupanya penuh kesan suntikan dekat kan, dekat tangan dia. These are the obvious lah bila peringkat heroin ni. Okay, and morphine. Okay, usually injected, can be smoked or taken orally, and okay, stays up to 48 hours in the body. Berapa lama dia stay dalam body pun kita tahu. Yang paling singkat tadi adalah amfetamin, dalam 12 jam, 18 jam, 24 jam. Yang mana orang selalu ambil masa weekend, dia pergi pub apa semua, the next Monday tu dia dah negatif dah okey lah. It's up to them actually. The drug for alcohol-free workplace policy is not forcing you to do this and that, but the company wants you the next day or before work, next Monday ataupun sebelum masuk kerja, once we are doing the screening, you are free from any drug or alcohol stipulated in the company policy. Stipulated means yang tertulis dalam company policy. Ya. Contoh simple, Petronas, memang kebanyakannya comply pada Petronas, Operation Petroleum Management. You must remember these 6 regularly screened drugs, which I normally put it as, we have amphetamine, okay, we have 2C, and we have M and O. Okay, these are the benzodiazepine. We have marijuana, and we have cocaine, and this is MDMA, methylene dioxymethamphetamine, and opiate. Ini 6 ni kalau tak ingat, tak tahu, mesti kena ingat ni, sebab Malaysia Petroleum Management and Petronas, Malaysian Waters ni yang selalu disaring. Dan tambahan lagi pergi kepada 9 atau 10 drugs for Exxon Mobil, kebiasaannya. Shell also following the same. Okay, okay. Then these are forms of poppy, Kaskas goes into the opiate lah. Kaskas bukan marijuana, Kaskas opiate, bukan marijuana. Marijuana tu ganja lah. Okay, so we have cannabis. Cannabis adalah marijuana. Active metabolite dia adalah which one? The effects, okay, ganja, marijuana. So these can be taken orally, recreational use. Okay, so we have THC is the active metabolite for marijuana. Cannabis, marijuana sama, ganja atau tetrahydrocannabinol, which is THC. Okay, and then this is the leaf, ada yang pakai topi kan, topi baju ham is my life, ham lah tu, so it's not good. That's a drug of abuse. Don't give your kids to even wear this type of caps. Dia sama, dia bukan kalau lumberjack ni Canada tu lain. Ni daun ni lah kena bilang betul-betul 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kan. Okey. So tengok dan undang-undang Malaysia, kalau tumbuh pokok ni lebih daripada 5 pohon, kena tangkap lah. Ada penyanyi kena tangkap kan, tanam depan apartment kan. Apatah lagi kalau banyak tempat. So benda ni, okey. So macam-macam yang ni lagi senang lah. Ganja ni dia ingat dia macam consume secara selamat, pakai dalam gokok gulung, gokok daun, tapi kebanyakannya adalah betul-betul serbuk tembakau. Tapi ada kita panggil lacing, dia campur benda-benda yang tak sepatutnya. Okey. MDMA adalah yang ecstasy tadi lah. Amfetamin, synthetic amfetamin adalah methylene dioxymethamphetamine. Dia dah formula chemical jadi methylene dioxymethamphetamine. Dia tidak sama. Sebab tu saringan tu amfetamin ada dalam kit dan juga ada dalam kit MDMA pun ada strip dia. Mana-mana yang dah practice, those who are on the renewal, you can share with the newcomers that your kit will consist of amphetamine and MDMA as well. Those who are taking ecstasy, if you are not screening for MDMA, you cannot detect one, because amphetamine is a natural one. Contohnya macam sabu semua tu, ya. Okay, methamphetamine is different. Sebab tu ada MDMA, berbeza dalam ni. Amphetamine and MDMA. Okay, please understand that. Okay, so we have benzodiazepine. Benzodiazepine adalah ubat pelali lah, ataupun sleeping tablets. Banyak nama, alprazolam, midazolam, Ativan, macam-macam. Memang yang ni, you tahu nama ni, memang sepatutnya you pergi kepada farmasi, memang tak boleh beli kecuali dengan preskripsi. Kalau di hospital, it will be prescribed by psychiatrist, pakai endokrinologi, ataupun doktor yang berkaitan dengan neurologi, bahagian saraf, semua pakar lah. Tidak boleh dibeli sebegitu sahaja. Tapi kalau dalam market, dark market tu memang ada lah. In the dark net, black market memang ada. Macam saya kata lah yang tadi, dia nak tidur kan, makan. Okay, prescription for management of anxiety, panic attack, insomnia, memang ada lah di preskripsi, diberi. Okay. Kemudian metabolisme, semua tu metabolisme tak perlu tahu. Pharmacology. Okay, so these are the several types of short, medium, long acting pentobarbital. Barbiturates ni digunakan untuk jawatan sawan, di preskripsi lah. Jadi tak sepatutnya kita yang tak ada apa-apa ambil ubat barbiturates, tak sepatutnya lah. Okay. And then sleeping disorder, anticonvulsant, ada yang mengalami simptom narkolepsi, dia macam terlalu cepat tidur, ada juga. Kena ada ubat yang memerlukan rawatan sebegini. Okey, tapi itu semua dengan preskripsi. Dan we sentuh satu berkenaan dengan aktif metabolite mitrazoinin. Ketum tak masuk dalam list Petronas. Tapi kebanyakan profile abuser dekat negara kita ni, dia tak ambil ketum saja, dia campur. Ketum saja tak kau. Ketum buat seminit 2 minit, bila kacau dia akan jadi warna macam air. Takkan tak tahu kot. Air apa? Abang belakang tak tahu. Ketum lama sikit dia macam warna air tebu. Warna hijau. Duduk tepi jalan, mana tahu kan, ingat air tebu kan. Tapi tak kau, dia kena campur amfetamin sikit dalam tu barulah. Kalau kat Penang dia campur dengan kodin jadi cakroy, baru sedap. Siapa tak pernah try cakroy? Kena try sikit lah, tak payah try banyak. Okay. Okay. So daun ketum. Okay. So daun ketum, keratum. Okay. So these are the mitrazoinin. So tak ada isu, kita tak screen for daun ketum. Jadi berhati-hati. Ada tempat yang kata this premise is against ketum, ataupun polisi tanpa ketum, tapi dia tak buat saringan ketum. Jadi polisi dia salah. Actually you have to specify your policy that you are against this thing with certain cut off point. Okay. But fortunately, your donors, your workers, dia bukan ambil ketum saja, dia campur dengan amfetamin. Dia kena tangkap sebab amfetamin, kena sebab kodin disaring, detected. Okay. But in the way forward, we are looking at the research pun dah hampir siap di pihak USM apa semua. Mungkin akan ada, dah ada pun saringan ketum akan dimasukkan dalam polisi. Tapi buat saringan tu saja, mana kit tu masih lagi mahal. Kit tu saja. Kit drug ni sekarang ni mungkin lebih kurang kata 70-80 ringgit kan. Kit ketum saja saringan tu dah kat 100 ringgit. Jadi mahal sikit lah. Still costly. Apa yang disaring? Aktif metabolite. Aktif metabolite dia adalah mitrazoinin. Okey, yang ni yang kena highlight bulat-bulat ni nak tahu kan. Itu you have strategi dia pasal course ni singkat, today and tomorrow. You kena tahu apa nak baca, apa nak highlight. Okey, dia tak boleh follow tu, tak boleh. Okey. And then alkohol, saya akan terangkan alkohol dalam petang kang ataupun besok, berkait dia adalah brain depression. Minum alkohol adalah dia akan relax, dia akan mabuk lalu kan, dia akan tertidur. Itu ada signs of depression. Okay, this is alcohol. Okay, and then we have cut off limit for alcohol is 0.04 gram persen dululah. Sekarang 0.04 ya. Before it was 0.08 dalam Akta Pengangkutan Jalan. 0.08, tapi setelah beberapa highlight merempuh polis masa PKP dulu during the MCO, so they bring down the cut off to 0.05 for safe driving limit alcohol. But bear in mind, for oil and gas industry, safe limit are below 0.04. So at or above 0.04 tak boleh masuk lah, tak boleh masuk kerja. Itu bukan JPJ. 0.04 tu oil and gas. Okay, so far. Tapi bergantung pada company policy. For example, in Brunei put it 0.00 gram percent, means no alcohol at all, because they are fully comply to their king as a Islamic, full 100% Islamic country. So it's 0.00 gram percent, for Brunei Shell Petroleum. Okay, so means definitely kalau for example in methanol Labuan kan, and Delhi buat, Delhi orang yang buat tu nama dia BAT, breathalyzer, breath alcohol technician. But for you, Amro, you are certified to conduct both urine drug collection and breath alcohol testing. So make sure, normally those in Peninsula Malaysia tu lama-lama dia tak ingat nak buat test alkohol pasal jarang buat. Yang duduk kat Miri Bintulu tu pandai sangat buat alkohol, drug lupa pasal tak ada kes. So kena ingat both lah, unless you are doing for BAT only kan. BAT is a separate course, that will be a one-day course with a simpler 30 question. Okay, and this one is the drug and misuse. I told you about this, that psychoactive mind altering effect will cause failure in mental function, judgment, coordination, concentration and so on, as well as physical function. Dia akan sentiasa tak produktif lah dekat tempat kerja kan. Ada yang mungkin jadi kuat tidur, ada yang jadi mungkin no attention at all, cannot perform. Apatah lagi kalau you put the job at safe sensitive duty, macam air traffic controller ataupun crane operator kan. Kalau yang mana offshore tu dia buat turun basket transfer orang tu, pop jatuh dalam air. So that will be a source of not even a near miss, it's already an accident kan. So you tahulah kalau ada accident, kita pun susah. Yang mana yang buat safety apa semua tu nak explain, the cause apa semua. Okay, so business failure and will cause a career failure as well. Again, you must be careful. Once you are trained as assistant medical review officer, you must be careful that it's not only failure happens a lot at the Amro side. Number one, wrong documentation. Number two, wrong interpretation. Dia salah tulis ID. Kadang-kadang donor tu tak ada apa, tapi dia baca cara terbalik. Kita akan tengok nanti macam mana nak buat bacaan urine drug. Interpretation tu terbalik buat. Patut negatif, dia kata non-negatif kan? And then that will affect the career of the worker, right? Dia tak boleh naik offshore, dia kena ban daripada work. So at your side, your interpretation must be correct, must be accurate, tepat. Okay, legislation, itu juga legislation OSHA 1994 ada, but it's not specific. Then we have Drug and Alcohol Free Workplace Program 2005. Kalau kita masuk DOSH website, ada, but it's not specific telling that who are going to conduct the screening. Tidak ada perkataan AMRO atau medical review officer or assistant medical officer. Anybody can do it. Not so lah. If you are not trained, sepatutnya tak boleh buat. Okay, therefore those who are really indulged in this industry in the first place was Exxon Mobil. Masa kejadian Exxon Valdez kapal, you heard of Exxon Valdez accident those days, dah masuk dalam dokumentari pun. Ada orang suka tengok History Channel lah di sini, tak ada kot, suka tengok cerita lain lah. Okay. So Exxon Valdez was a big tanker accident ketika itu dan menyebabkan a big oil spill in the Mexican waters, perairan. And that is the turning point where ExxonMobil invested solely in health and safety, and they really penalized for any cases, zero tolerance for any cases of drug or alcohol abuse. The Exxon Valdez history was like the captain of the tanker itself drunk, so which causing him to make a failed decision from steering to path A to path B, whereby the path B made the tanker hitting the big iceberg. Iceberg kan nampak sikit je kat atas tapi 90% kat bawah kan, habis. Okay, and other things lah, a lot of occasions happens ya. We have railway operator in the US ya, railway operator kan macam cerita Hindustan lah kot, bila you nak tukar path you kena correct ya. So this so called train operator are on marijuana, so stimulant high, so dia suka-suka dua-dua orang entah ke mana, and then wrongly change the path, masuk kepada train yang ada lain, so causing that's the histories and so on. That's why we cannot tolerate. Even Petronas have the zero tolerance policy, yeah. Shell have their own zero tolerance policy. So you have your own in your company. But number one, you have to make sure that you have a policy. Number one, number two policy, number three policy. Yang tak ada policy is not enough. Premis ini melarang sebarang penyalahgunaan dadah dan alkohol, not enough. It must be in detail. What are the drugs that you are preventing not to be used? What are the drug of abuse or alcohol that you don't at which level? Itu penting. Itu maksud dia policy. So these are the requirement. You ada substance abuse policy, organisation, the resources, the substance abuse testing process and procedure, the substance abuse search process and procedure, policy and program, training for the personnel. AMRO is part of the training as well. Siapa yang nak conduct unit drug test, right? And the treatment and rehabilitation and consequent management. Okay, so these are the effective DFWP component. Well written policy duduk atas sekali. Foolproof procedure, management commitment across the board implementation, supervisor, manager, training, education and surveillance, and access to EAP ni penting. EAP ni you may have the opportunity to learn about this now. After that mungkin kita tak sebut dah. Employee assisted program is whereby employer before the screening, sebelum ditangkap lah, sebelum ada non-negative, okay, saya ada masalah marijuana, dia mengaku pada pihak HR dan sebagainya. So he in Petronas system for example is allowed for up to 2 years rehabilitation process. The first year masa rehab dia akan dapat gaji separuh, provided that akan regularly testing that he is improving lah. And the second year no salary at all, but expected to recover. Third year kalau tak recover juga terminate. Okay, some of the policy depend on the situation. If you are causing a major accident or sometimes immediate termination. Tu consequent management maksud dia. Jadi tidak perlu you nak buat unit drug testing, tak perlu panggil polis standby depan pagar company. Nampak tak? It's your decision, your documentation with further verification by the medical review officer, later will be decided by the company policy maker, HR managers and so on, even the highest authority of the company in terms of consequent management kita panggil. Ya? Okay. So itu yang kita kena faham lah. Okay. Then these are the commonly drug tested, ada bagi tahu tadi. Ya? And ini contoh. Not now, contoh. Petronas screen sekian-sekian amphetamine. ExxonMobil may be different. Shell, why different? According to individual policy. Right? Okay. And I need to make you understand on the concentration, ya. Ini yang kita cakap. Screening, confirmatory test. Apa kita buat screening ni adalah masa kita test urine ni, screening, saringan. Ada kes-kes tertentu apabila urine ni positif, ya, dekat kawasan ni ada positif, nanti kita ada bab ni lah saya akan terangkan. Jadi perlu dihantar ke makmal pengesahan. BRC nama dia, Analytical Biochemistry Research Center ataupun IMR, ya. Yang facility government. Okey. Jadi yang itulah yang menyebabkan kita kena tahu bahawa in the policy you must have a screening and confirmatory level. Screening level yang ada pada kit ni. Confirmatory level is the one that you request within the limit of the confirmatory lab. Nampak tak screening level ada lebih tinggi daripada confirmatory, betul? Ya. For example, marijuana adalah 50, confirmatory test dia adalah 15. Okay, more strict lah, right? Okay, a worker can be founded non-negative 50 for marijuana, but bila kita hantar confirmatory test, dia akan cari level 15. Kalau baru 12, 10, 12, maybe dia ambil marijuana tapi dah di metabolisme for some time. Mungkin marijuana dia dah ambil mungkin dah 3-4 minggu. Kalau 50 lebih tinggi lah, ataupun 5,000 naik, itu baru ambil semalam ke, ataupun baru 2 jam tadi ke, baru isap marijuana contoh. That's how the drug goes in your body. Nampak macam kita makan petai, lebih kurang mekanisme dia makan petai, baru makan petai nasi lemak pagi tadi. Jadi mungkin baru petai lagi lah. Kalau makan nasi lemak petai mungkin 3 hari lepas, dia dah di metabolisme dah keluar dalam bentuk air kencing kita, itu masuk metabolisme badan. Alkohol banyak keluar daripada pernafasan, itu maksud dia metabolisme badan. Even daripada peluh tadi pun ada keluar apa-apa yang kita makan. Okay, so you understand that, and so on. Level ni saya akan bagi tahu nanti dalam bab akan datang, berkenaan dengan kita nak request dengan ABRC community test, level mana kita nak cari. Okay. So adanya pre-employment testing, pre-placement testing. Tadi kita ada type of drug testing. Type of drug testing ada yang dalam ni kot. Okay. Type of drug testing kita ada random testing, testing for cause, post-accident and pre-employment testing. Kat sini fitness for work, fitness to work testing, testing for cause, pre-employment and pre-placement testing. Orang nak masuk kerja kan, nak test macam mana. Okay. And then random testing apa dia? Kena tahu lah kan. Random testing ni kita kerja, security tarik dia test pukul 10 ke pagi ke 10 malam ke, itu masuk random testing. Anyone able to be tested. Okay. And then kita ada testing for cause. Tiba-tiba dia pusing valve B, patutnya kita suruh dia operate valve A. Itu testing for cause lah. Tiba-tiba crane tu terjatuh, macam tu kan. Okay. And then we have post-accident testing setelah berlaku kemalangan. Okay. Then we have pre-employment and pre-placement. Dia nak pergi daripada Pasir Gudang, nak pergi buat kerja kat Gebeng. Jadi sebelum dia masuk pelan di MTBE Gebeng contohnya, maka dia kena sebelum masuk kena buat yang orang panggil UDAT tu, urine drug alcohol testing. Yes, every movement. Sebab ada possibility dia bergerak daripada Tok Bali nak pergi buat kerja kat Gebeng, daripada offshore turun nak pergi buat kerja onshore pula ni. Team contractor biasalah kan. Jadi on the way tu kadang-kadang dia stop kat sini macam-macam, dia boleh minum air ketum itu, tambah vitamin sana sini, masuk kat sana tak selamat. It's not the issue of you are penalizing, kita suspect kau ni ada ambil drug apa-apa, but we test independently in case dia ada apa-apa, so he or she won't perform safely dalam plan daripada plan A ke plan B. Itu sebab dia ada pre-placement testing, apatah lagi pre-employment testing. So kebanyakan klinik are doing pre-employment testing, screening. Kebanyakannya pre-employment there will be no issue because the worker will behave properly, nak masuk kerja kan. Sometimes even alcohol definitely no issue, tak ada yang datang mabuk nak offer masuk kerja kan. Tapi daily macam operation kat Metanol Labuan tu kadang-kadang ada retake, dia breakfast ambil Carlsberg kan. Kan Labuan Carlsberg murah kan. Okay. Tengok harga berapa ini. Okay, so offshore medical. Okay, so offshore medical, offshore lah, offshore dia ada further screening. So these are the short photographic definition of this thing you have to go on through. Pre-employment apa, random apa, then we have post-incident and reasonable suspicion with cause. Okay, so kita tak boleh nak suspect person A, person B. Person B ni kerja kapal, bosun kapal helper kapal, nampak macam mat rock, rambut panjang semua. Okay, kau ni mat drug ni. Tak boleh suspect unless you are proven by your test. Sometimes people wearing smart pakai tie pun itu yang detected dah. You cannot suspect. So you must be proven with your documentation. Documentation apa? Later I will tell you about chain of custody form. Okay. Then legal framework ada Dangerous Drug Act, adalah tapi tak spesifik. Ingat legal framework are there in Malaysia but it's not specific. Poison Act, Drug Dependent Act, Road Transport Act, and also Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. Okay. And the issue and challenges are the initiative drug testing must not compromise individual right. Kita tak boleh test dia macam polis buat naik atas truck suruh dia kencing atas tu. Means you kena prepare a proper toilet facility. There comes later I will tell you how to prepare the toilet, what will be the suitable facility on site or off site, right? And then drug testing initiative can be a medical legal case, without proper policy and procedure. Your documentation is important. Jangan tersalah tulis tarikh, ya. Ada lagi yang tulis 11 bulan 10, 20, 23 ada lagi. Itu saya kena check drug ni, takut ada apa-apa lalu makan apa kan. Ada lagi silap tahun, ya. Yang ni bukan boleh padam-padam je. Bila dah record tu dah pergi pada company, you tak boleh edit dah. Bila record tu dah masuk pada kes mahkamah, you tak boleh, betul saya salah, sorry nak pakai liquid paper lah apa, tak boleh lah. And this document we don't allow you to really use your blanco or your ni, kalau potong-potong banyak tu tukar dokumen lain. Okay, so you must be sharp in term of writing. I think kita tak ada isu 3M lah kan, membaca, menulis, mengira tu semua selesai, betul kalau ada boleh jumpa saya, kita tengok macam mana. Okay, jadi drug testing initiative can become medical legal case, and then all information related to employee drug testing must be kept confidential. There is no such thing that you are doing a collection, ada case you ambil gambar, you share gambar dalam HSE group lah, apalah, tak ada. All is about your documentation in your chain of custody form, and all personnel involved in DFWP, MRO, AMRO and Breathalyzer Accreditation, BAT, must be properly trained and certified. Sebab tu adanya certification setiap 3 tahun. Adanya analogy that Dr. Abu told you just now, that we are competent to drive, those who are in the previous system by JPJ can are trained to drive kereta manual dan automatic. Sekarang ada lesen kereta automatic. Tapi bila dia dah sampai birthday dia sekarang kan, dah expired, dia kena renew lah lesen tu, betul tak? Yang mana bayar setahun, renew lah setahun, gitu kan? So there is no reason that why you will miss that. So managing employees with substance abuse problems, treatment, rehabilitation. Tadi apa? Rehabilitation is about employee assisted program, EAP. Ada, patutnya you kena ada lah dalam you punya company policy, So for example, Harta Lega must have a mechanism of rehabilitating your people who are on drug, who came forward before founded possession of drug, for example. Okay, tadi ada saya mention about use, So drug and alcohol misuse affect workplace and health, safety issue impacting company and the employee well-being. Drug and alcohol misuse is a chronic illness that cannot simply be cured, and is an effective preventive program to manage workplace drug and alcohol misuse. Yes, the FWP is an initiative. Kalau tak ada program langsung, kadang-kadang kita tahu. Sebab ada level-level pekerja dalam satu fleet, dia panggil pilot, tanker driver of certain company. Abang tu tak tahu, dia ingat kedai tu memang pagi-pagi air kopi dia kau. Saya memang minum air ni tak mengantuk. Rupanya kopi tu ada letak ekstasi. Dan dia dalam pengetahuan dia, mungkin pada level certain people dah tahu dah bahaya. Ada orang yang mungkin di bawah SPM, CJ SPM pun tak ada. Dia pun tak tahu apa dia amfetamin tu. Dia tahu minum air ni kau bagus, kan? So we have to educate them. You can be the agent to educate them sometimes. Tapi ada juga yang buat tak tahu. Itu masalah, Okay, then the FWP is implemented across the board. CEO pun kita boleh panggil untuk random testing, Random testing bermaksud saya ada satu benda sistem, let's say ada 70 orang dalam sistem ni, dalam company. So hari ni random test naik nombor 35. Lepas test dia masuk balik. Mungkin nombor 35 tu bulan 12 nanti kena panggil balik. Tapi nombor 4 tak terpanggil sepanjang tahun. That's random testing. Mass screening means semua 70 orang tu kita test semua. Ada selective course, selective testing, yang buat accident, yang ada suspicion, yang mana yang nak pindah platform, tu pre-placement. Okay, type of testing can be ada 5 types, pre-employment, pre-placement, post-incident testing or suspicion. Okay, and what else? Random. Tambah lagi satu, mass screening. So these are type of testing. Highlight dulu. Nanti saya akan sebut cara sample collection of drug. Type of urine sample collection ada 3 je. Nanti saya highlight lah. Type of testing ada 6. Okay, so you have to differentiate that as well. Okay, so thank you for your attention. So any quick question? Any quick question? Ada? Yang tak faham ke? Yang nak bertanya lagi? Yes. Siapa tu? Ya. Jackie. Siapa? Yes.
How about for the vape?
Nazmi, okay. Okay, Nazmi bertanya what about vape? That's it.
Yeah, they're using the psychedelic drug.
Okay. So the question here is about our curiousness about vape. Yes, vape is a matter of apa yang ada dalam you punya solution tu lah. You call it pot or something inside there. Okay, it depends. If you put something laced with amphetamine, something laced with psychedelic effect or agent, that is amphetamine based lah. Psychedelic effect just now, amphetamine based lah, ataupun ecstasy.
So in the
Mhm.
how do
If he or she consume vape, lepas tu metabolisme badan dia naik kepada cut off point, kepekatan dalam metabolisme badan dia, dalam urine dia dikesan melebihi aras saringan, maka detected lah. Contoh dia tadi amfetamin tu 500 nanogram per ml. Jika dia melebihi kepekatan tu, concentration tu, maka akan detected. Some vape yang ada solution ni saya pernah jumpa, mungkin company tu nak suruh orang selalu beli kat dia kot. Preserve Vanilla, I don't want to tell you the brand, Preserve Vanilla, but tested several times, proven with several donors who came to my facility, mengandungi marijuana. Ada juga, kan? Tapi bila dia test, biasanya brand tu local brand. Kalau brand yang imported, dia terpaksa lalui custom dan sebagainya, biasa yang tu tidak mengandungi dan dah tidak lesen. Yang produk lokal ni dia dapat sekali dapat lesen. Dapat lesen sekali, lepas tu yang di belakang lesen tu dibuat macam-macam lah. Itu masalah. That what happen lah. Anything, if it is just to say that if you are asking about detected or not, jika dia mencapai metabolisme badannya melebihi kepekatan saringan, maka akan detected. Tapi keadaan detected in saringan, kit saringan ni kita panggil sebagai non-negative dahulu, because subject to confirmatory test. Itu je. Okay, so none of your testing you boleh terus kata dia dan and there 100% awak ni tak betul. Non-negative Cik duduk dulu, bagi tahu pada wakil dia, nanti kita akan beritahu ada wakil employer ni, itu DER, Designated Employer Representative, bahawa you kena test sekian-sekian untuk pengesahan. Macam mana prosedur pengesahan, kita akan highlight dalam urine sample collection nanti. Okay, so we are for 15 minutes break, lebih kurang 10.30 sampai 10.45 begitulah. Then kita akan start for AMRO Roles and Responsibility by Dr. Hatta. Okay, dan saya akan sambung dari sample collection. Okay, thank you. Okay, so these are the core topics for your Assistant Medical Review Officer training. Urine sample collection. As I told you just now, type of collection ada berapa? 6. Okay, 5 or 6 lah. If you mass screening, random screening, test for cause and all. This is sample collection. Consists of only 3. So we go through the lesson plan. Introduction, as I told you just now, the urine sample collection, how is it? The type of urine drug testing, as I told you from the previous lecture this morning. The testing personnel are, as alluded by Dr. Hatta just now, Assistant Medical Review Officer. Breathalyzer, alcohol technician, BAT, boleh collect urine tak? Tak, they are not trained for that. Dia boleh collect urine, tapi urine lain lah, urine pregnancy test ke apa boleh lah. But not urine drug. Okay, so testing personnel must be approved. The examination semua clear, right? And then selection and preparation of collection site. This is important, this is crucial. We will show you the practical session tomorrow, but I will highlight to you what and what not to do for preparation of the collection site. Okay? And then custody and control process, there will be forms, forms, chain of custody form, COC form lah, known as COC form. And the urine sample collection kit will be all this, like I prepared to you. And tomorrow we'll have a hands-on for that. Okay, so we have this and we have this. Okay, and urine sample collection kit. Okay, then there will be a procedure number 1, normal collection, direct observation, and shy bladder collection. That 3 urine sample collection procedure. Okay, and the handling and reporting of the screening result, how is it? Refusal to test, what do we understand by refusal to test? There are 2 causes of refusal to test. Refusal to test which can be triggered at your point as AMRO, and there's one more, refusal to test decided by verifier, MRO. Okay, meaning that will be after result interpretation, after result verification. Refusal to test at point of collection test. Donor nak test, lari. Refusal to test lah tu contoh. Donor, air kencing normally we can accept it as amber or straw colour. Tapi dia kencing, lelaki, warna merah. So mungkin dia tambah something else. And just to declare, it's okay to test for menstruating lady. Darah period does not contain marijuana. Menstrual lady does not produce cocaine ke apa, tak ada. Just the urine colour is red. Accept. You can just discuss with the donor what type of testing she is going. If she's going for pre-employment, so she can call for her own time. Maybe after period baru dia nak buat, okay. But if it is a random test, if it is a mass screening, if it is the testing for cause test, you accept that this lady so and so red colour. But if it is for Mr. Chong, Mr. Ali, red colour, that will be refusal to test lah. Dia letak something else, right? It can be substituted urine, dia bawa larutan sirap ke, right? Or putting something else, right? That can happen, too dark urine colour as well. Can be entah-entah dia tuang teh tarik ke, TO lah, TO kan. Okay. So that can be the reason. And then child bladder collection is just a matter of urine volume inadequate. Tak cukup urine volume, apa kita nak buat? Okay. Direct observation is any cases triggering refusal to test. As long as the donor cooperate, kita akan test dia. We are going to test the donor with a direct observation protocol. I will tell you later. Okay. And urine specimen shipment and storage, how to send this sample, we will explain that in POCT part, point of collection testing kit later, how to request for ABRC, this and that. Okay, so we have distributed to you forms, which you will receive later by time. There's a chain of custody form, there's a chain of custody form in the slide I'm going to show you after this. Okay, regarding the, and finally on that, I need to stress on this collection error. Those who did, you need to understand there are 3 types of error. Insignificant error, errors or flaws lah, other word are flaws, errors, flaw, the same thing. Insignificant error, correctable error, and fatal error, kan? They should be passing in front. Dah cukup dah? Dah, okay, tak apa, saya bagi. Okay, so that's the form. Ada tak? Okay, so in sets, these are the form abolition. Dah, dapat dah, okay. So there's a chain of custody form, and then ABRC request form in cases of urine non-negative, which where to send, what will be the protocol to send, okay. And finally there's one more known as ATF, alcohol test form, okay. But we are going to discuss with the chain of custody form. There's a slide on that after this, but you have to follow with the forms with you, and catat apa yang patut lah. Please jot down what and what not to do. Documentation is important. Ada lagi yang tak dapat borang? Okay, semua dapat Okay, so and you can stop me anytime if you need to ask any question. So let us proceed with the slide. Okay, urine sample collection. So collection type number 1 is normal collection. Collection type number 2 is direct observation. Collection type number 3 is shy bladder collection. AMRO level, you must be able to explain the step of this. There won't be any essay question on that tomorrow, but there will be objective question or for you to understand when to execute these procedures. Okay, there will be a clue in the question saying this and that, what happened to the urine, what happened to the donor, then which type of collection you have to trigger. Kan? Senang kan? 60% ya, kan? Okay. So introduction, testing personnel, like I told you just now in the lesson plan. So most sensitive and error prone aspect, remember that fishbone diagram Dr. Hatta just now, a lot of error can happen. 90% from AMRO, right? 90%. Okay. Procedure for collecting sample must meet forensic standard without compromising donor right to privacy. Procedures for collection sample for workplace drug testing are very specific. So it's not the same as urine pregnancy test collection, not the same as urine 24-hour collection, and not the same midstream urine collection. This is not midstream. Just ask the donor to pass urine. Midstream cannot catch any cocaine or whatever inside. Just pass urine. If the metabolism of that donor contains any type of drug abuse within the screening kit, it is going to be detected. Ya? You tak payah kata kencing sikit, kencing sikit betul baru masuk dalam bekal. Susahlah donor tu. Means some collection in medical, specialized medical procedure requires midstream urine. But I don't want to extend that in this class. Okay? So urine sample collection must be error-free, and collection must be based on the employer or company drug policy and testing procedure. Okay, so urine sample collection must be documented. Apa dia meeting forensic standard? Okay, look at the form. Ada nama kan? Properly identified which is donor. Okay, the form is saying that DER name, donor's name and all this. Yeah, okay. In the part later in the collection, I just have to highlight that part, I think, before we go on, because you have the form actually. Okay, so this is the form. We are going to follow this form. There's a donor's name there, handphone number. How to identify? From the donor's legitimate ID, which is in Malaysia we have national ID card, kad pengenalan, NRIC. Driving license okay lah, right? That's a photo ID, not a bank card without ID. Not even the marriage registration card for Muslim, yeah, where there's a husband and wife photo there, that won't be accepted lah. Because there is a and the donor, we have to tell them, do not bring your phone and show your PDF document. We need the personal passport, for example. Yeah, the physical ID. Okay. For now, in view of my JPJ, so I'm going to skip driving license as one of the document because it's in your my JPJ, right? Those who did that won't have any valid driving license card. I have the card, but that's the old one, 3 years back. Now it is renewal in your my JPJ, right? So that will be that. Why PDF is rejected? It can be Photoshop, yeah. Face to we will have a risk of twins donor. The twin who is clean came on behalf of the other twin. Sometime I even have in my small setup in Kuantan. It's not even twin. It's the cousin of the other donor. When he's and the cousin sits beside together like twins. Okay? Okay. Sometimes some donors, the mother and the eldest daughter looks alike, like twins. Not really, So you must be careful. Okay, that's why we need to. This must be done individually by the AMRO from the initial identification part of the donor until collection. Okay. So let's go back. We have the procedure for collection, and then no adulteration, substitution or dilution of the sample. Adulteration means, you heard about adulterated milk, kan? Adulterated milk means the milk is not a pure milk, but something added on to make it more whiter or whatever, right? So this is adulterated, means any urine added with any vinegar solution, campur ketulan tawas or whatever, right? That is adulterated. Campur clear fluid of Clorox, ada dynamo yang warna clear dicampur dalam urine. But later once you learn, you will know when and where to detect all these cases. For example, those who added soap materials, detergent materials will contain lower pH, acidic, kan? Jadi dalam, sebab tu kit ni nanti in other part on the point of collection test kit, we are detecting the pH, everything, the chemical criteria of the urine. For now, look at it as it is. For example, this is how the POCT kit is packed, we have a specific chapter on this later. Physically, you can identify, like I highlight just now. Okay, we have the 5 physical criteria. Number 1, urine volume, physical criteria. Number 1, urine volume. Masuk dalam cup ni, there's a arrow pointing that this is the minimum volume need to achieve, which is 30 ml. Physical criteria tu, volume number 1. Okay, number 2 will be temperature, which you have to identify each and every before 4 minutes. Betul tak? Bila kencing, kalau lama-lama sembang dengan donor, air kencing jadi apa? Kalau makin panas, dia jumpy. Kan? So dia akan makin sejuk sebab temperature, especially kalau you collect dalam hotel ni kan, dalam toilet pun ada aircon kan. So definitely the urine will become colder. Therefore you already rejected kan. Kalau you dah faham how the UMRO collection process is, you already understood that memang kita dah boleh reject kalau dia bawa urine wife dia sebab dah sejuk. Bila masuk dalam ni, temperature dah fail. Understand? Memang boleh reject kalau dia bawa air tebu masuk dalam ni sebab colour dah fail. Okay? But sometimes kalau dia bawa TO, mungkin colour macam urine, but temperature kan, kadang-kadang terlalu panas, or even later you can even detect the sugar is high glucose content. So therefore the creatinine value will be bukan pada aras normal dan sebagainya lah. Okay? Untuk MRO, they have to remember, they have to memorize the range, normal range, nombor berapa pH, specific gravity daripada 1.001 ke 1.020 contoh dia kan. But for you, you have to understand normal tak normal berdasarkan kepada identification of this. Okay, so reserve that part in the POCT chapter later. Now you have to understand on the procedure. Okay, and we have substitution yang saya kata tadi lah, ganti air kencing kan. Ada yang bawa air kencing kucing pun ada kan. Okay, so anything lah, any respirate donor will do anything to okay. And then dilution of the sample, dilution ni kadang-kadang dicampur air. Therefore we are going to learn on the collection site preparation, macam mana nak prepare collection site. Kenapa kita panggilkan collection site tu sebagai dry toilet. Okay, bukan lantai dia di mop kering. Apa kita tengok lepas ni. Okay, so dilution of sample and no unauthorized access. Tak boleh sampel tu letak aja kan, semua orang boleh tengok. Mesti designated area, designated fridge lah biasanya. Okay, then all personnel handling the urine from the collection until final disposal must be identifiable. Kita mesti tahu UMRO ni daripada dia handle donor ni. Dia tak boleh buat macam nurse OT, nurse operation theatre, habis shift dia tukar, dia unscrub masuk nurse lain pula, operation tak habis ni kan. So dia kena macam tu, unless it is happen, so need to declare. So you can plan your collection time. So kita tak galakkanlah UMRO collection separuh Aini buat, yang kedua Lia buat. Tak boleh. Contoh macam tu kan, tak boleh. So kena ni okay. Then no unauthorized personnel, all record can be made available. Apa dia record dia? This is the main thing that you have to keep. You have to understand the chain of custody form ni lah record dia. No more consent form, because the act of kita verifying the ID, the donor filling up the form, sign everything at certain stages. Dia bukan sign terus borang ni. Jangan buat macam yang klinik, jangan buat macam borang check up semua tu dah sign siap dah. So you have to understand for those just for information, for those who baru datang training ni, for example clinic assistant apa semua, yang ni bukan macam kita check urine mengandung, isi borang tu buku semua, kak beri kencing kat belakang, hantar botol urine kat saya. Bukan begitu. You have to follow the donor to the collection site and see what happen. Normal collection tu, direct observation, I will explain in detail after this how is it. Okay, so the collection site is a place selected by employer where donors provide their urine sample for drug testing. Collection site facility, it can be a medical clinic, mobile collection site or dedicated collection testing site, but remember we maintain the donor's privacy kan. So bukan kita collect macam, forget about the other procedure by the police department of Malaysia, PDRM ke apa, itu penguatkuasaan, enforcement. So they can force the donor tepi traffic light suruh kencing pun boleh. Kan dia cover dengan polis dulu macam tu kan, di park apa semua. So no procedure. There is no procedure dan tidak ada borang yang digunakan. No specific form, meaning no documentation. Donors yang ada funding sikit, pandai sikit, boleh ambil lawyer apa semua, kadang-kadang kalah kes tu. Polis tak boleh jawab sebab tak ada dokumentasi. Dia kata, ni bukan dia kencing saya tak ambil dadah, saya minum kopi je. Kan, macam-macam lah. Okay, so that, no, for this one, it is evidence based. We have documentation, it's you and it's you. This bottle is your urine, we have seal apa semua in front of the donor. Nanti kita akan lebih jelas till tomorrow. Okay. Toilet facility to provide his urine sample, a room for processing urine sample. So, okay. Mesti ada toilet facility. Tak boleh collect standby baldi je kat sini hari ni. Tak boleh. Okay, must be a toilet facility. It is mentioned. This is by our discussion by major stakeholders in Malaysia. So main stakeholder in Malaysia for Malaysian waters is Malaysian Petroleum Management, managed by Petronas. Onshore operation by Petronas. Some places are governed by Shell Malaysia, and very small portion now left for ExxonMobil. Others are contractors. Petronas appointed contractors, major one macam Cari Gali has, ada, semua. Okay, ada, therefore then from them dia ada projek-projek awarded macam kepada Bosch, kepada mana lagi lah, yang ada lagi kan, dulu. Most of you are on that, and for those who are coming from the hospital, you are in you are running, so you have to complain. Klien datang nak buat drug spec, refer lah polisi Exxon, macam tu lah kan. Jadi you cannot ada 6, buat 6 je lah, yang 4 tu kira halal lah, tak boleh. Kan? So must be, do not under test, do not over tested. Kit 6 dah habis lah, saya ada kit 12 buat alamannya, kita tengok tak boleh. You are testing the drug which is not stipulated in the company policy, tiba-tiba orang tu non-negative. Sometimes it can be a challenge, why are you testing the drug which is not stipulated in my company policy? Mula-mula dia okey dengan kita kan, bila ada masalah, orang akan tiba-tiba tukar, dia transform, dia marah kita dan sebagainya. That can be until kita boleh disaman, legal suit. So you have to understand that. Okay. The site should be free of any facility or item that can be used by the donor to tamper the urine sample, and access to the collection site. Ada gambar kot. Okay, testing team. Okay, we have designated employer representative. DER ni you have to understand. Esok jangan tanya kami DER tu apa dalam soalan. Designated employer representative is wakil lah. Ada 7 orang pekerja daripada harta lega, daripada unit sekian-sekian. Wakil dia tu lah, tak kira lah wakil dia tu safety manager ke, safety officer ke, apa ke. Dalam situasi tersebut pada pagi tu, Cik Karim ni lah DER kepada 7 orang lain dia ni. Macam tu. Something like that. It can be called nama berbeza. Saya ada pergi ke Pasir Gudang, kita ada company MMHE. They don't call them as they don't call the AMRO as AMRO. Dia panggil sebagai site testing supervisor, for example. Kan? Itu bukan triple S. Yang buat contraction, it's not triple S, tahu kan? It's not site supervisor. This ada known as, nama mungkin berbeza. Jadi anda tak perlu balik buat name tag AMRO nya, tak payah. Kan, okay? So it's up to you when you call, and you are appointed by your company, okay? And your what you call parameter ataupun jurisdiction function for you to be AMRO is appointed by your company lah, in your unit, in your company. Freelance medic pergi naik kapal tu dalam projek tu saja dia sebagai AMRO, appointed with the letter. Jangan duduk tepi traffic light test mak rempit, aku AMRO tu, aku test drug, tak boleh. You are not under you are not appointed by PDRM lah. Okay. So itu kita kena faham. Yes, we know the procedure, but it's beyond our jurisdiction. Okay. Urine sample collectors, AMRO, observer ni kadang-kadang kita perlu. Siapa observer? Observer adalah in the cases of donor and collector different gender, jantina berbeza. Bila you nak collect, katakanlah kebanyakan AMRO pun sekarang ni wanita, donor semua lelaki kebanyakannya. I think adalah 3% wanita yang ke offshore ke apa projek yang kadang-kadang 5% macam tu je. Okay. So in the cases of direct observation, you need an observer. The observer can be the same gender as the donor, tapi job dia observe je collection tu dan bagi botol urine tu untuk UMRO proses seterusnya. Understand? Okay? So nanti kita akan explain in the direct observation procedure. Lab chemist and technician, they are at the confirmatory lab. Ada 2 je confirmatory lab dalam Malaysia approved. Yes, we have a lot of accredited lab, tapi jangan pergi kepada premier lab lah, dunia lab ke, apa lagi, InnoCam ke, semua tu they are accredited but for other test method. Kena faham akreditasi dia tu. Ada juga macam NVCam, ada nama Mizu Lab, apa semua, they are accredited but bukan accredited untuk test darah merah, orang panggil full blood count. They are accredited to test environmental sample dalam tanah, ada bauxite ke, ada chromium ke apa kan, tak tahu gitu. Okay, so medical review officer must be appointed beforehand, bukan ada masalah baru cari MRO. Contoh tadi Delson daripada mana? Bos kan? Sama juga. Ini sama juga. Okay, so you must have your MRO for referral daripada company. Projek tu nak jalan, tim ROV dah kena tahu dah lantik dah siapa MRO. Bukan ada masalah baru cari MRO, that will be a problem, because the MRO must know then and there before apa dia nak review. Kalau freelancer pun, you masuk satu kapal, you masuk satu company as a freelance job even for 1 week to screen in and out the worker, apa yang nak tengok mula-mula? Dokumen apa? Polisi. Itu penting. Jangan ingat semua company sama. Kadang-kadang ada company, rupanya dia test 7 drug. Petronas 6, tapi company ni, contoh saya ada BASF di Gebeng, dia tu test 7 drug. Gebeng tahu dekat mana kan? Dah banyak kali disebut Gebeng ni kat Kuantan lah, in my area. So BASF testing for 7 drugs. That's their policy. So you kena prepare kit yang 7 drug untuk dia. Tak boleh test tak cukup 6, tambah 1 drug, tambah drug celup ke apa kan, tak boleh. Must be one go. Okay? And the minimum standard, I understand that randomly those of you have the collection kit of drug yang jenis test card, yang tu tak boleh pakai, itu substandard. UMRO the procedure is at least you are using the collection kit cup like this. Okay? And we have collection site preparation. These are the steps. Collection site preparation, menyediakan tempat pengumpulan urine lah. Okay, we have the photo after this. I'm going to explain urine sample collection, donor selection and notification here in the blue box because you are not involved. Anda tidak terlibat, tak tahu 5 orang ni akan test pada 30 hari bulan 10 nanti. When to notify? The shortest interval time. The HR or the in charge akan beritahu UMRO pagi tu untuk test, dalam masa 5 minit, 10 minit sebelum tu je masuk kerja terus test. Kalau beritahu 2 minggu sebelum, ada yang mana geng kawan-kawan kita ke apa, bos jangan datang bosku minggu depan, bahaya, habis lah kan. Itu bahaya. So that's the thing lah, integrity issue and conflict of interest as mentioned by Dr. Hatta just now. You cannot test your close friend, your immediate supervisor, all these things lah. So point of collection testing ni adalah procedure using this test kit. Okay, and when POCT is not done or not required, dia kata confirmatory lab, ada juga prosedur yang boleh pakai botol urine kosong. But what's the problem? You cannot, if you are not using POCT kit, you will waste your time. It's not a rapid testing and you cannot make the worker with negative urine screen to go to work immediately. Pasal your procedure must be collect urine, seal, hantar lab. So minimum pun paling cepat kalau duduk Penang boleh lah kerja, esok tu boleh masuk kerja. Sebab tu confirmatory lab. Kalau duduk dekat lain, even KL, apatah lagi from Sabah and Sarawak, you will waste at least a week screening, minggu depan baru boleh masuk kerja kan. Jadi lambat lah. Jadi lambat. So confirmatory lab and MRO review and verification. If the urine goes to confirmatory lab, MRO kena review, verify. Okay, and the result. We'll talk about the record and documentation tomorrow. Provide adequate privacy to donor, enclose no access. Okay, there's a photo of this. Provide safety and security to donor, collector and sample. Ada tak gambar Collection toilet, okay, full length, partial length privacy and sample processing room. Mana? Okay. Full length door, faham kan? So kita tak nak pintu toilet cowboy. Mungkin ada yang sempat lah. Zaman saya dulu kita ada, sebelum jadi UTC dekat Pudu, itu adalah stesen bas Pudu Raya. So dia punya toilet ni pintu cowboy, I don't know, men's toilet lah. Nampak kepala, nampak kaki dia masuk dalam toilet, kan? Okay, so that is not a full length door. We cannot use that lah. Okay. And for men's, the urinal, standing urinal tu tak boleh pakai juga. That can be an indirect, tiba-tiba direct observation. You are triggering direct observation, tak pasal-pasal. You must always start with normal collection first. Unless certain procedure that we are going to discuss of this, what are the conditions which requires for you to straight away trigger maknanya terus jalankan direct observation. Okay, sama ni okay. Then preparation, prevent tampering of urine sample and ensure sample integrity. Sample integrity okay. Mana yang berminat melukis, senang je nak lukis ni. You lukis urine bottle ni, collection cup kit ni, for you to understand tudung dia and the temperature streak. Okay, jangan okay je, lukis lah. Okay, so this one is 32 degree centigrade to 38 degree centigrade. Ada sebab dia, sebab apa saya tulis ni. Okay, then you will learn about one more photo after this. Ni gambar depan for physical criteria, and later there will be a back photo of the result of this for you to understand the chemical criteria semua kat dalam ni nanti. Ni kita nak tengok. Yang ni chemical criteria, dia punya colour apa semualah. Okay, that will be on the POCT kit part. Okay, so I tunjuk gambar dulu. Kalau baca teks banyak nak menghalakan makan tengah hari ni, nanti lelap semua kan. Walaupun ada dah, kita kena tengok takut lelap dengan bahaya. Banyak sangat kas-kas ni. Okay, so collection site, toilet room. Ada pipe, seal pipe. Tak payah belajar welding, Amro. Just seal with the white tape saja. Meaning to say that we just want to create a situation that kalau dia buka pipe, you ada depan toilet tu, pintu toilet tutup, tapi bunyi air. Sorry sir, I have to do direct observation. You tak follow order. And another evidence is tape tu koyak kan, ataupun tape tu dia dah buka, dia dah pusing-pusing. Macam mana kalau benda ni buka, orang pun masuk, kita nampak kan, dia belit balik macam tu kan. Just use the white tape. But the collection site, jangan tinggal pula white tape kat situ. Jangan ada toilet cleaning agent, no mop, nothing. Minimum toilet paper sahaja. In my collection site and my center, I even put the toilet paper outside, washing facility outside. So there's only a collection toilet bowl. But ada yang tanya saya lah sebelum anda bertanya, do not seal the toilet bowl. Okay, sebab orang tak kencing 30 ml je, right? Means the donor, okay, macam confused, betul jangan seal toilet bowl, boleh? Okay, sebab dia kencing sini katakanlah 30 ml, maksimum ni 60 ml. Lebihnya nak kencing kat mana? Kalau seal toilet bowl, nampak do not seal the toilet bowl. Therefore, kita letak bluing agent dalam ni. The idea is as long as the colouring agent does not resemble the same colour as urine. Jadi jangan pakai Mr. Muscle yang warna orange tu. Hapik warna kuning tu menyamai warna urine, right? So that's why we use minimum blue or violet. Biru atau purple pun bahasa Inggeris kat tu. Biru atau ungu kan. Okey, okey, macam tu. Jadi cara dia, you boleh direct colour dengan nila. Bluing agent dekat dalam toilet bowl lah. Kalau pakai nila, jangan letak dalam ni, kat sini kan. Ataupun boleh guna tablet ni lah. Tablet ni guna flash okey, kena flash sampai apa dia biru lah, the water reservoir of the toilet. You jangan letak saja. Kalau letak saja, water reservoir tak biru lagi, only after several flushing it will becomes blue. So several donors akan terlepas. Apabila dia tengok toilet bowl warna putih, kalau dia ada masalah in desperation, dia akan cedok air tu, betul tak? That's the issue lah. However, later once you understand, the specific gravity of the urine will change. pun kita boleh tangkap juga dia. Okay? Yes. Okay. Chain of custody form, balik kepada borang tadi. Okay, this ada chain of custody form is a process used to document the handling of a urine sample. Kena faham ada dokumentasi untuk pengumpulan sampel urine. Kita tak tanya definisi CCF form ni. You kena faham nak isi macam mana. Tak payah hafal tu ya. Okay. And then a CCF is the document you record. So it can be chain of custody form CCF ataupun COC lah, chain of custody form. Okay. Malaysia senang je, kita pakai satu kopi. Lepas tu ada berapa kopi tu? Ada berapa kopi? Cuba tengok. 2, 3 kan? So first copy will be furnished or you can give it to the donor or the DER. Yang kedua ni tak semestinya warna biru, warna apa-apa pun boleh. Bila kita buat triplicate, kita akan bagi kepada makmal kalau perlu hantar for confirmatory test. And finally, the other one kita akan simpan untuk record kita. Okay? Tapi kita tengok betul-betul. Yang ketiga tu apa beza dia?
Pink dan kopi.
Warna pink ada warna ungu pun boleh. Tak ada masalah warna dia. Tapi yang ketiga tu tidak ada result kat bawah kan? The result is no result information there. So yang ni kita bagi kepada company DER or the donor. Means dia tak payah tahu result dia. Understand? So the second one you give to the lab, and the first one will go to your record keeping. Understand Meaning to say, leave aside the procedure for alcohol collection, that will be explained later. For urine drug collection, you are not declaring the result to the donor then and there. After collection, donor duduk tepi, kita buat dia punya POCT kit, ya. Ada yang pernah tengok ni, dia pusing piston, dia tolak ski dia ke apa ke, dan dia akan buat bacaan. Okay, but we never tell to the donor then and there. Okay.
Contoh tiba-tiba dah buat, dah siap prosedur, tiba-tiba donor tanya kita result dia macam mana. So kita nak explain.
Okay, so the question here is, after the collection, a donor asks immediately to the AMRO, how's my result? So our response should be, we will explain, we will communicate with your representative, DER. Kadang-kadang dia tak faham DER tu apa, wakil dia lah, ataupun kita tahu wakil dia Cik Lan lah, kita cakap macam tu. Jadi kita akan bercakap, prosedur kita akan bagi tahu result keputusan ni kepada DER. The only thing is that the donor will know that he or she is okay. Kalau dia balik tu, supervisor dia or representative cakap, you boleh masuk kerja. Some of them will have to undergo so-called stand down. You tak boleh masuk, you tak boleh kerja crane hari ni, you duduk kat mesin photostat ni dulu. Contoh. That is not a safe sensitive duty. Because ada isu lah. Pending, kita pun tak bagi tahu dia, the way you tell the company, the DER, dia ni ada masalah, kita kena hantar confirmatory test. Kita tak beritahu, dia ni ada marijuana ni. Baru non-negative. You don't tell that. Until it is confirmed, the process will go to MRO for verification. Then later, once it is confirmed, barulah kita bagi tahu dia confirm MRO positive for marijuana, for example. Ya? So, you kembali to prosedur kita macam tu. Okay, alkohol nanti saya bagi tahu nanti. Okay? So, kalau you bagi tahu terus depan dia, apa akan jadi? Kebanyakan donor akan bertindak agresif. Terutamanya ramai kolektor female. Setakat ni saya tengok okey, semua AMRO tak payah belajar taekwondo lagi lah. Okay, so that's how you explain them. That's how you explain. So lepas collection kata ni prosedur kita tak bagi tahu. Okay, so I think should be okay. Even if they insist, kalau ada problem, okay cik duduk dulu, kita kena, memang prosedur ni kita kena contact you punya representative, you punya supervisor ni. Beritahu dia macam tu je. If they still resistant even before collection, tiba-tiba lagi tak buat collection, senang je. Dokumentasi kena ada lah. In CCF form, refusal to test. Okay, Mr. Kumar refused to give urine sample at 9:30 AM 11 of October 2024. Itu penting. Dalam bahasa Melayu pun boleh. Ya, dokumentasi tu penting. Kadang-kadang the failure of the AMRO to record anything, minggu depan you tak ingat dah. Nak ingat tak ingat. That's why you have to document. Okay, where to document, tak perlu ada kertas tambahan lain, Tak perlu yang mana pernah kerja dekat ward, dekat hospital, tak perlu buka satu BHT file, tak perlu buka, tak payah, just document kat sini. Therefore this is just a suggestion, step 1 to step 7, for what and what not to have in your CCF. You can develop your own CCF. Kadang-kadang you boleh buat ruang remark tu lebih besar. Okay, this is just a suggestion, minimum standard that you need to follow. Jangan pakai borang ni. Ada yang balik dia photo state betul dengan logo-logo OEM tu dia pakai. Saya pergi audit tengok ni logo pun tak tukar lagi ni. Kan, bubuk letak your clinic logo, your company logo lah. Right? Okay. Some companies, in view of a lot of documentation, they make the form a bit not practical. Dia buat form tu sampai size A3 boleh, tapi record keeping tu susah sikit kan. Nak scan pun susah. But stick it to A4 lah. Tapi again, it depends on company policy. Saya pernah tengok borang Sapura dulu, dia macam kertas pelan lah, susah kan. But if that's the policy, yeah, okay. Every sample collected, whether the test complete or incomplete, must be documented. Ni must be documented. Any unusual situations surrounding the collection must also be recorded. Each CCF has multiple copy. Okay, saya dah bagi tahu dah. Each CCF has a unique non-repeating specimen ID. Dekat sudut kanan atas tu, borang, borang ideal nombor berapa? 11600. Saya punya 11660 kat sini. Maknanya nombor tu biar berbeza. And this goes, for example, your donor nama Mr. Chong. So Mr. Chong will carry this number 11600 on the form, on the bottle. Kat sini kan ada satu benda yang kita namakan sebagai seal, stiker seal tu. Stiker seal ni pun ada nombor 11600. Kita nak refer pada lab pun nanti kita tak sebut nama penuh dia. Nama penuh Lee Chong Wei tak sebut. Kita sebut nama dia, saya tak, sorry tak datang nama lain kan. Lee Chong Wei pula dah. So apa ni, masukkan seal tu, and then kita refer pada lab. I want to ask the progress of the sample number. Okay, mana yang nurses tu tak sama macam kita trace result full blood count. Dia nak apa? Nama patient, nombor IC patient, tak payah. Once you are communicating the name and the IC, sometimes orang kat BRC tu lost, pupu aku ni. That's the problem. Conflict of interest. Kan? Anything can be done if it is like that. Okay? Understand why we are not communicating. Yes, in the form memang ada tulis semua tu. Tapi bila kita hantar ni macam tak ada orang boleh recall. Macam tadi doktor hantar test saja, tanya nama mak dah lupa lah, tak ingat. Bukan tanya mak sendiri lah kan, mak kawan lah. Kalau mak sendiri pun lupa, tak tahu lah. Okay. So means up to that detail sometimes. Some people at certain stage may even need to refer, cannot recall dia punya IC number apa semua kan. Okay. So you need to be vigilant on that. Why are we indicating that it must be having a serial number or ID number? Itu yang kita maksudkan. So if you are about to creating a form in your unit, at your clinic, at your hospital, buat nombor yang tidak berulang lah, continue kan. So that's how it is lah. How I did it, I'm using a word bermula dengan huruf A, from 00001 till now. You can have B, you can have C, then it won't be repeated that, When it is repeated, the A001 donor tu memang dah tak ada lah. Kan, macam tu lah, understand? A001 tu ada bencin lah, contoh lah, macam tu lah. So it won't be repeated. Don't use any similar ID. Kan, minggu depan ID ni dah ada minggu lepas. That will be a problem lah. Okay, because this sample, tomorrow we will highlight you in the record keeping, must be kept, the record for certain period, certain duration. Okay. So CF must have relevant inform on the name and ID, the collection site, MRO name, DER, lab particular as stipulated in the form. Where's the form? I'm waiting. Okay, this is the form. Sample ID. We have donor's name. Follow nombor ni kan. Ni mungkin version lama sikit, ada berbeza sikit. Okay. You have to see the reason for testing ni, kena tanda betul-betul pre-employment ke, random ke, for cause or post incident or others. Okay. Failure of AMRO to take at a different part, for example ditanda untuk post incident, padahal test tu for pre-employment, dia akan jadi one type of insignificant flaw. Flaw tu maksud dia error lah. Flaw tu maksud dia error. Okey? Betul? Ya? Understand So I dah bagi satu contoh insignificant flaw. So this is how we initiate the question, a situation of donor, lepas tu Amru wrongly take the reason for thing. So you kata orang itu insignificant flaw, kan? What to do and what not to do. Okay, itulah contoh soalan analisa mudah je. Okay, so drug test perform must be correct. Kena tanda apa yang patut. POCT kit ni dia ada lot number. Ya, each POCT kit ada lot number, kena tulis pastikan. Ada orang yang keep on printing the form daily for every donor. Apa masalah kita bila kita print benda yang sama, kita akan copy paste, akhirnya nombor ID untuk 25 orang sama. Kan, lupa nak delete, lupa nak edit. You must be vigilant on that. And the collection site mana lah, kan? Contoh ada harta lega ada 4 collection site, letaklah site A, site B, site C, mana-mana, kan? Number 2, you must understand what to fill up. Okay, go through in your form and this one lah. Tengok borang dan tengok yang ni. Jangan tengok nota, tak faham ni. Okay, so urine volume sufficient, kita kena tanda step 2G, betul tak? Borang sekarang step 2G. Okay, kenapa urine volume sufficient? If it is not sufficient, kan kita tanda ni, kan, yes. Saya punya pointer ni pun, dia tanda yes. Okay, yes. Kalau no, collect specimen under shy bladder procedure. Boleh explain later macam mana nak buat shy bladder. Isu shy bladder adalah tak cukup isi padu urin je. Okay, okay. Next, temperature. Now goes to my explanation photo. 32 to 38 adalah julat normal urine temperature, fresh, within 4 minutes. Within 4 minutes. Maknanya bila urine masuk, dia akan nyala dalam julat suhu ni. Macam temperature sebelum zaman COVID tu, kita letak kat dahi tu, kan. Sampai tengok battery energizer yang pakai test tu, power dia naik berapa-berapa tu, kan. Something like that lah. Boleh nampak lah. Esok tak nampak tak apa, kita ada practical session tomorrow for it to be more clearer lah. So that's the temperature strip. Must be interpreted before 4 minutes. Dekat ABRC, dia orang tak baca temperature sebab apa? Confirm urine akan sejuk. Daripada si Pitang hantar Penang, confirm sejuk urine. Kalau panas, terus call saya beritahu. Saya nak tengok kat case apa, jampi apa dia pakai. Kan, okey. Jadi yang ni, temperature. In other words, USA punya ni is 90 to 100 Fahrenheit. Tak susah pun. 90 to 100 Fahrenheit. Julat temperature normal. Julat apa dia? Range. Normal temperature range. Okay, so 90 to 100 Fahrenheit, 32 to 38. Okay, done. Tadi kriteria nombor 1 apa? Volume. Ni kriteria fizikal. Physical kriteria. Physical kriteria. Okay, volume. Temperature nombor 2. Nombor 3 kita boleh buat dia punya color. Yang penting nombor 1, nombor 2 tu. Nombor 1 mesti volume dulu, because there is a delay in terms of procedure duration. If you need to trigger shy bladder, you have to drag the donor up to 3 hours. So sometimes company is concerned about production time. When can the worker be ready to work? When can the worker return to the process production line and so on? So that you have to. That's why I put volume as number 1. Quickly, within 4 minutes, the temperature. Thirdly is color. Fourth criteria apa lagi? Urine. Urine akan ada bubble, kan. So kita panggil cantik sikit, kita panggil frothiness. Oh, bubble lah. Simply, kalau 2 inci itu memang dia letak clothing lah, macam dia tarik, kan. That will not be a normal urine. And finally is the yang paling adalah odor ataupun dia punya smell. Okay, odor, smell. Macam mana nak bau? Macam ni. Macam tu. It's just put it in your breathing zone. Kalau dia letak klorok, memang ada bau klorok lah. Itu je. Bau air kencing secara naturalnya, yang mana betul-betul tak faham, masa nanti boleh jumpa saya tanya. Okay. So bau air kencing, we know already the smell of the urine. Yeah. It will be a pungent smell macam tu. Kalau dia letak dynamo pun, kita buat. Okay. physical criteria. Nanti kita akan tengok chemical criteria tu, okay, in the POCT. So this is the identification of urine. All these factor yang tidak menyamai all these thing. For example, insufficient volume will trigger another procedure. Others, invalid odor, smell, temperature, out of range, that will trigger direct observation procedure. Okay? Okay, dah. So kita tengok, jadi daripada sini, okay, nampak temperature between 32 to 38. Tomorrow you can highlight again if you don't understand. Jadi temperature kalau no, collect second specimen under direct observation. Sila perhatikan, baca borang ni betul-betul and baca the notes. This can be helpful for you to revise. Simple. Baca ni betul-betul, baca note. Yang mana minat Liverpool sempat tengok sikit lah. Kan? Sempat tengok. Okay, kalau tak, okay. Sample variety is normal, ni color, frothiness, odor. Kalau tak, kena buat direct observation juga. Okay, and then type of sample can be first specimen, observed specimen, or shy bladder specimen. That is how you arrange your form, how you document your form. And then goes to be completed by donor. Donor kena isi, kena sign, tarikh dan nombor. Failure of donor to sign the form will become correctable error, correctable flaw. Ya, nanti ada in final slide there will be a table summarizing these 3 type of error. Error ni nama lain dia flaws, ya. Error or flaw. Okey. Jadi kalau you baca 3 jenis kesalahan, ini kesilapan, susah kan, macam belajar undang-undang Malaysia kan. Jadi fatal error or fatal flaw. But that's it lah. 3 kesilapan yang berlaku, okey, yang kita kena faham. Okey. Failure of donor to sign will trigger correctable flaw. Correctable flaw, you kena initiate satu borang untuk betulkan, bukan boleh liquid kat sini je. Borang tu nama dia Memorandum for Record, MFR. Nanti kita akan tunjuk Memorandum for Record. Okay. And then this will be the type of sample that one. Okay, collector remark kalau ada apa-apa, donor run away ke apa semua kan. Okay. And then to be completed by collector, failure of collector to sign as well will carry type of law. So kena baca lah nanti dekat bab last tu, collector failure to write name tapi tak sign, apa jadi? Correctable error ke? Collector tak sign dan tak tulis nama, akan jadi fatal error kan? You dah refresher kan? Macam dah ingat dah semua tu. Okay, so fatal error kan? So macam tu lah you kena tanya tu. Okay. So then daripada maklumat tu, soalan dia berbentuk analisis macam tu lah. Kalau tak ingat daripada awal ni memang payah. Jadi yang orang kata susah tu itu je sebenarnya. Orang kata Tara baca memang susah. Kalau ada baca okey. Macam tu je. Okay. So tu completed. Okay. POCT result ni macam ni lah. And then the collector, remember that the third copy for the donor or the DER does not contain any result information. That's it. Okay. Medical confidence, all this thing. What is it? Same thing lah kan. Yeah. Okay. This is the donor copy. Okay. Sample collection kit, as I told you just now, you saw in physically how's the sample. This is the temperature strip in front. Okay. Any collection kit without temperature strip will be a problem lah, because these are one of the criteria. Okay. So that goes answers the reason why we don't allow you to use the test card. Pakai test card kita tak tahu urine to temperature apa. Jadi kalau dia bawa air kencing wife dia pun, itu yang boleh lepas, pasal tak tahu temperature. Kan? We don't know that. We don't know is it cool or not. And tak ada orang yang nak, saya rasa dulu air kencing ni masuk tangan. Masuk dengan glove tak rasa kan, kena masuk tanpa glove lah. Kan susah kan. Okay. So that's why it is a real time collection, and I hope you understand from this point of time. Saya nak buat urine drug lah. Okey, abang ambil botol ni, buat balik rumah, esok hantar kat klinik. Jangan buat macam tu. Okey? The procedure is real time, fill up the form and test. Betul tak? Kan? You cannot. Dia kata macam tu, kadang-kadang donor macam-macam dia berlakon. Saya ni payah kencing. Abang ambil botol ni, esok buat mari. Tak jadi lah. Itu that's not urine drug collection. Okey, understand. Okay, so okay, these are the no leak lead. The lead is consisting of dua lapis. Ada dua lapis lah. no leak. If you really close it, it will be sealed and there won't be any leak inside. Maksud dia kalau kita tutup ni, dia jatuh pun tak ada tumpah lah. Buat macam ni kan. Kalau botol yang substandard Alibaba.com ke apa ke, ada yang masuk-masuk urine, tekan sini bocor air kencing. Masalahnya bukan air kan. So it will contaminate. For you to conduct the procedure, it is a universal precaution for you to do it. You can wear mask, you can wear glove and so on. Tapi tak payahlah pakai macam bomba pula kan. Okay, so the adequate protection is okay. So this is the we will see closely tomorrow during the practical. Okay, and then the peel off the label, all these things. The test card is inside the bottle. There is a POCT chapter nanti. This is the test card. Why this is known as POCT as a whole? This is the test card area. This is where you trigger, you push the piston. Okay, there's a point of correction test kit part after this. Okay, then insert the key to start the test here. So donor arrival, number one issue. No show in case of late arrival to be reported as no show. Late arrival maksud dia tak datang. How many hours we give them the margin time lah? 3 hours. Let's say nak test pukul 9, dia datang sebelum pukul 12, okey. Datang pukul 2 petang tak boleh dah. Kita break dulu, ambil anak balik sekolah baru boleh datang kan, tak boleh. That's the call for the testing. So must come immediately, even in the middle of the meeting or whatever, they must come. Okay, so late arrival, no show jadi apa? You can inform the DER that can be a refusal to test. Dia saja buat lambat, dia tak datang, mesti dia ada masalah. Okay, so you don't have to wait. Dia tak boleh datang apa semua, datang cepat. This is not the procedure. Once they call you for the procedure, they will be ni. But exception for this is if you are in the clinic, for example, kebanyakannya buat pre-employment kan. Pre-employment up to the donor lah. Okay, let's say appointment pukul 9, hari ni tak sempat. Okay, tayar kereta pancit, tukar bateri dan sebagainya. Okay, you datang besok tapi you tak initiate lagi the test lah. But if you are serving a company, for example, boss is giving service in a specific site, dekat mana-mana plant dan sebagainya, the test call is random testing. Meaning kena buat then and there within that 3 hours. Okay, dia kata medic, we have a call for random testing pukul 10 pagi. So you have your window period 3 jam. 10, 11, 12, pukul 1. Orang personal yang nak kena test tu tak datang, dokumen dah buka borang CCF, dokumen dia no show. Macam tu bukan kata dia tak boleh datang, kita buat besok lah. Kalau test tu, the call is for testing for cause, random testing, even a mass screening, there should be a time. Tak boleh buat company buat mass screening selama sebulan. Ni bukan program saya nak kurus. Buat masa 3 bulan, okey, kita bagi masa kan, count step apa-apa. Sekarang banyak kan, virtual run kan, 5,000 step, 50,000 step dalam masa 3 bulan, boleh sangat lah kan. Okay, so itu dia kena buat. There is no such thing like that, so we don't do that. Okay, so collection procedure should begin within 3 hours after donor's arrival. Once donor receive the sample collection kit, he is given up to 3 hours to provide urine. Sometimes we have to discipline our donor, tanya, cik bau kencing ke? Kalau baru kencing, mungkin bagi masa sikit, rather than straight away thinking of triggering shy bladder. But if the donor masuk dalam toilet, dah pas urine, tiba-tiba volume dia di bawah anak panah, means inadequate atau insufficient, atau tak cukup urine. Tak cukup berapa ml? 30 ml lah, ingat 30 ml. So that is the call for the AMRO to trigger shy bladder. We reserve shy bladder after this. Macam mana nak bagi dia minum air semualah. Okay, so if an alcohol test is also scheduled, kalau ada lah, saya akan highlight petang nanti atau besok. Alcohol test pun kena buat alcohol dulu. Memandangkan metabolisme alcohol akan lenyap daripada badan lebih cepat daripada urine. Okay, alcohol is a matter of 40 minutes. Urine drug in the urine in our body is a matter of hours. Minimum dalam 8 jam, 12 jam ada lagi amphetamine. Kalau marijuana, those who regularly consume marijuana, dia akan stay dalam badan sampai 3 minggu. Itu kena ingat lah. Jadi sebab tu orang kata recreational drug tu, orang ambil amphetamine, ecstasy tu, dia malam minggu tu saja, hari Senin dia tahu dia negatif. Tapi kadang-kadang dia berlaku wrong timing. Tengok test positif, ataupun metabolisme badan dia slow sikit. Kebiasaannya pengambilan darah dengan alkohol akan menyebabkan ada masalah sikit lah slow. Nanti kita akan cerita lagi sebab alkohol nanti. Okay, so donor is not allowed to leave the collection site until permitted by the collector sehingga selesai prosedur lah. Okay, kemudian ini saya dah beritahu tadi, establish donor ID bla bla semua, NRIC semua ada kan. Okay, DR however may request recognition to proceed. Kadang-kadang kita tanya donor ni ID tak bawa, pasport tak bawa, jadi what will be your call? Last call is confirm dengan DER dia betul ke Mr. sekian-sekian ni bekerja dengan cari gali has. DER confirm, you can proceed the test in the list. Kalau tak ada pokok pangkal, tak tahu dia ni bukan dalam list, then tak buat lah, tak boleh buat. Okay, that's how you confirm. And then step 2 is brief the donor. Briefing of the donor, nak bagi tahu apa sekarang ni. Attend donor one at a time tu penting. Jangan buka satu amro, saya buat test 4 orang sekali, ada toilet 4. You will miss something. You will miss something. So brief the donor on the collection procedure, remind the donor about his company drug alcohol policy on testing. Okay, cik, dia kata kalau saya tak nak buat test ni boleh tak? Dia kata, tak boleh, company policy beritahu macam ni. Ataupun dalam situasi dia sebagai kontraktor nak masuk certain plant, you are the medic in charge, or you are the amro in charge. Saya tak nak buat lah test ni, saya rasa macam melanggar polisi peribadi saya apa semua. Boleh cik tak nak buat ni, cik tak boleh masuk lah pasang perabot dalam company ni. Contoh, sebab company ni dia kata perlu buat unit drug collection dulu, nak test dulu, itu polisi. That's how it is lah. So you are not forcing the donor, cuma kita beritahu dia, cik kena faham polisi dia begitu. Understand ya? So, kenapa saya beritahu pasang perabot? Sebab simple je, company for example any Petronas OPU operating plant, company tu nak masuk furniture company, nak baiki beberapa pintu dan meja dalam bilik mesyuarat. Dia kata banyak mahal lah doktor, kena buat test tu. Itu policy company, you kena masuk, we want to know that you don't carry any risk. Tiba-tiba you punya pekerja ada masalah apa-apa ke apa, that's why we do the urine drug screening. Remind the donor about his company drug policy, brief on the collection procedure, no need to take the consent. Kenapa tak consent? Sebab CCF tu, chain of custody form tu dah macam kita memohon consent daripada dia lah. Bila dia nak sign tadi, kan, bila dia nak sign, kalau tengok borang tu, saya tengok dekat borang, bila dia nak sign, to be completed by donor after specimen bottle was sealed and has been initiated by donor. Bukan terus sign dekat kaunter klinik, contoh. Jangan. And then bila dah seal apa semua, baru dia turunkan tanda tangan pada seal dahulu, and then baru sign dekat sini. Okay, will be explained further in the procedure tomorrow. Okay, practical. Okay, prepare the CCF, prepare borang satu borang, satu botol, satu orang. Kalau orang tu perlu, you have to trigger direct observation, means open another bottle and another borang, 2 sets of form. Side bladder sahaja yang menggunakan satu borang yang sama, indicate remark kat situ side bladder case, tapi you kena buka botol kedua untuk collect urine. Sebab ada urine masuk sikit tapi tak cukup volume kan. Jadi tu side bladder. Okay, side bladder sahaja yang ada 2 botol, 1 borang. Faham itu pun kena faham tu. Okay, so donor and collector to sign the form after the sample bottle. Donor and collector to sign the form selepas sample bottle has been sealed and numbered. Ingat so star highlight bab ni. Okay, kena faham Okay, so check the personal item. Ni step mana ni? Kita tak gunakan metal detector, tak payah. Kita bukan belajar di security. Even some of you are security personnel. Bila you pasal sebagai amro, tolak tepi prosedur tu. Kita tak buat body frisking, tak payah nak rubber dia, tak payah. Okay, just offer kat dia apa ada dalam poket, cuba declare. In my collection site, I ada locker. Seorang donor, locker tak payah besar-besar, bukan locker macam satu pekerja apa ni supermarket ada 100 pigeon box, tak payah. Satu je. Ada locker dalam 4-5 tingkat tu, so satu je pakai, sebab satu donor at a time. So ada kunci, dia masuk semua bag dia tu, bawa masuk kunci dalam toilet, declare, so that he is satisfied that his personal item okay, iPhone 16 dia selamat dalam tu. kan, 16 kan yang paling mahal tu sekarang kan, betul. Okay, so ask donor to hang up his outer clothing. Baju pun tak boleh pakai banyak-banyak berlapis-lapis, kadang-kadang ada macam-macam. Contoh kita ada cerita botol Aimo kadang-kadang bukan Aimo kat dalam tu, some adulterating liquid inside, looks clear, but it can adulterate the urine, some sold in the dark net, for example cranberry juices, can be used at certain concentration to neutralize marijuana in the urine, but that will be expensive. Okay, dekat Malaysia tak ada kes tu. Malaysia biasa kes plastik aiskrim. Plastik aiskrim mana dia bawa air kencing orang lain lah, kan. Okay, dan kadang-kadang dia kencing dalam tu dia letak skru tak tahu kenapa. Okay, that will be you have to cancel the procedure if you found out the urine with a screw inside or whatever benda sing kat situ. So direct observation lah, as long as the donor cooperates, right? Because you want to see that. Okay, that will be another treating agent. And then ask the donor to flip through his wallet, macam tu lah. Okay, all the items bawa belonging kit. If donor noted to bring in strongly suspicious item, collector Amrul may request the collection. Kita boleh trigger direct observation terus kalau dia tak nak declare. Cik apa cik, saya nak buka ni. Oh ni tak boleh, ni barang personal, saya nampak macam plastik apa ni, kopi gantung ni kan, nampak macam tahu kan. Okay, so mungkin tak tahulah kan, so dia tak nak declare. So I think cik, kita kena buat direct observation lah. Okay, kalau nampak begitu. So these are the thing, normal collection procedure. Orang boleh buat macam-macam di sekitar pinggang dia keluarkan paip macam ni je kencing, some liquid, some agent yang boleh tipu, urine luck, plastik aiskrim pun ada, ada yang macam apa ni, benda ni kenapa ada temperature strip, dia jual in the dark net, ada temperature strip, urine like color fluid, then boleh warm up sampai temperature tu valid, masuk dalam tu kan. So kita tengok juga masa berapa lama kita collect urine kan. Kalau macam dia bang setengah jam tak keluar-keluar lagi ni kan. So reasonable time, you give reasonable time. Some people may take some time, but I don't think up to half an hour lah kan orang kencing. Okay, betul. Okay, so the donor wash hand. Kenapa kena basuh tangan? Kadang-kadang dia bawa sebarang sekebuk apa semua nak meneutralkan sebarang drug dalam air kencing dia. Dia boleh simpan dalam kuku dia something. So therefore wash hand outside of the toilet with a clear water and with a liquid soap. That is important. Jangan letak sabun buku. Sabun buku takut dia cubit masuk dalam kuku dia, cuba nak campurkan dalam air kencing. That's why we no bar soap, use liquid soap. And must wash hand before collection. Kena ingat tu. Why we need to wash the hand. Okay. And then donor choose the specimen bottle. Kita bagi dia bottle minimum 3 bottle dia pilih. Bukan kita bagi dia satu macam ni. Biasanya this bottle is packed in a box, ada 25 kat dalam. So you open up, donor will come and pick by themselves. So they feel that they have the freedom of choosing the bottle. So they are not being plotted. Orang bagi dia botol yang ada masalah ke apa, walaupun botol dia dah seal lah. Tapi bila ada kes macam-macam lah, dia akan submitkan, dia kata itu ini kan. Jadi itu yang kita tak nak lah. Okay. And then the donor chooses the specimen bottle, unwrap the bottle and show the inside of the bottle and remove the toggle for the POCT. Apa dia tu? Bila dia dah bawa botol, dia buka daripada urine sample. Besok saya tunjuk lah. And then there's something like this lah, toggle or piston, which will be used later for reading the result. Ada yang masuk macam ni, ada yang masuk pusing, ada juga. Bergantung pada jenis botol. Yang macam ni dia masuk pusing, yang ni masuk, dia akan buat bacaan dekat sini. Okay, yang ni when to do it, donor lepas kencing, kriteria cukup, duduk tepi dulu, saya buat bacaan, rekodkan dalam borang, dia dapat copy, the third copy, donor's copy, no information about the result, but just information that the DR okay, Mr. A clear. So dia tahulah dia boleh masuk kerja tu, dia tahu dia okay. Kita tak nak bagi tahu dia specifically. Even if there is a non-negative cases, we are not telling the donor that you ni kita suspect ada ganja lah. Tak boleh. Because your side is you are doing screening, saringan baru ni. The final call will be the confirmatory test. Okay? Okay. So donor provide his urine. I told you about this criteria: volume, temperature, color, proteinous and odor. And donor has up to 3 hours to give his sample after receiving the sample bottle. donor must keep his sample bottle in his site until the sample is sealed. Maknanya kalau baca step 3 tu, the sample bottle was sealed dalam borang tu in my presence, dalam kehadiran saya. Maknanya donor duduk dengan kolektor Amru tampalkan seal dekat botol ni. Kita akan tengok dalam prosedur besok, dengan kehadiran dia, dan dia puas hati botol tu tidak dibawa ke mana-mana tanpa pengetahuan dia, dan dia takut dia ditukar botol orang lain, baru design. Understand? That's the procedure. Meaning for example, klinik set up lah, Amru ni kalau ada donor dia 5-6 orang, dia tak boleh tengok pasien lain dah. Dia tak boleh buat situ tiba-tiba pergi buat ECG, tinggal pasien. Memang akan ada benda-benda yang terlepas. Make sure that you must handle that one sampai selesai. Sampai selesai. Okay. Then if sample is less than 30 ml, collector proceed with shy bladder procedure. If urine temperature, colour, frothiness or colour is abnormal, collector proceed with direct observation procedure. Ni semua lah kan? Urine temperature, colour, frothiness or colour is abnormal, direct observation procedure. Sample, issue volume, isi padu buat shy bladder. Okay, ada nak tanya? Tak ada. Okay, nampak macam tanya. Okay. So urine temperature macam ni and just a repetition of what I'm telling you. Ni memang dalam temperature strip ni julat normal je yang ada. Kalau Fahrenheit pun tak payah pening, dia letak 90 sampai 100 tu dia normal. Kalau dia dah jadi 39 darjah Celsius lebih, 40, dia akan hitam je. Ataupun urine dah sejuk, dia akan hitam je, tak nyala. Mana temperature tak valid, kena buat direct observation. Okay, and check urine temperature. Highlight within 4 minutes. Within 4 minutes, itu je. Jangan tambah 4 minit setengah, 4 minit suku, 5 minit, tak payah. Okay, Maggi 2 minit kan? 2 minit ke 5 minit Maggi? Maggi 2 minit, tak boleh. Ni 4 minit, okay? Okay, so normal collection procedure, processing sample bottle. Okay, processing sample bottle meaning you nak buat bacaan temperature ni lah, bacaan urine bottle ni. Okay, another type kalau ada piston, this is another type of urine bottle with this type of piston key dia. Macam ni, dia pusing dan dia akan buat bacaan lah kat sini. Macam tu. Okay, so look at the notes here. If donor refuse to sign the CCF, collector to make appropriate. Dia tak nak sign, tulis remark apa dalam borang CCF. Okay, if POCT is required, ask donor to wait outside processing room while collector conduct the POCT. If POCT is not required, returns personal item taken from donor and release him from the site. If sample need to be sent to the lab, okay, prepare sample for transportation to the lab. If second collection, faham tak? Bila kita nak buat collection, memang kita akan buat collection kali kedua lah tu, pada hari yang sama, pada masa yang sama. Collection yang kedua lah, that's why it is known as second collection. Recall donor and proceed with the second collection. We review the procedure, how to do it. This is normal collection procedure. In final, perform on-site screening testing. POCT tadi kita pusing dia punya piston ke, push dia punya piston. Transporting the sample bottle to the lab kalau perlu. Macam orang hantar sampel dekat mamal lah, masuk dalam plastik macam ni kan, ada borang dia, ada dekat borang tu ada yang sampul kat luar tu letak borang. Okay, if you are sending the sample to the lab, that will be chain of custody form. And one more is, tengok dalam borang yang saya bagi tu adanya borang ABRC request form. ABRC request form ada, borang ABRC request, nak request drug non negatif apa cerita. Okay, this is the ABRC request form. Apa yang kita nak tengok lah, dalam dia punya slide pun ada ni. Okay, that's why tadi saya bagi tahu kita kena tahu cut off apa nak request. Okay, so this is the flow, non negative, validity, perform the evaluation semua. Okay, shy bladder collection dulu, fokuskan shy bladder collection dulu. Apa isu shy bladder? Volume tak cukup, bukan isu ada drug, bukan isu ada drug, bukan isu non negative for drug. Okay, dan kena faham bahawa condition of non-negativity is one of the reason is the presence of active metabolite of drug of abuse. Salah satu sebab dia. Ada non-negative condition samalah. Color tak normal, bau tak betul, apa semua tu. These are the non-negative as well. Okay, so non-negative bukan hanya ada drug saja. Non-negative issue. So apa you rasa macam mana? Shy bladder nak buat apa? Nak kena bagi dia minum air lah kan? Banyak mana nak bagi dia minum air? Up to 1.25 liter. Okay, ada tak kat sini? Up to 1.25 liter. Okay, which is 200 to 300 ml every 30 minutes. Kan kita tak ada bagi dia gelas satu baldi suruh dia minum terus. Biasanya normal kita akan minum satu gelas. Satu gelas lebih kurang 250 ml. So 200 to 250 ml every 30 minutes. But remember, ada 2 sempadan for shy bladder collection. Okay, ni dah habis cerita dah. I hope you got the photo. Okay, habis dah saya punya marker mana ni. Okay, so ni ada 2 sempadan kat sini. Shy bladder. We have the volume. Okay, maximum volume is up to 1.25 liter. Okay, ada medik call saya, doktor, dia ni saya dah bagi air 3 botol 1.25 liter ke? Tak, satu botol 1.5 liter. So kali 3 dah 4.5 liter, doktor, tak boleh kencing lagi. Kan kita dah cakap prosedur dia maksimum 1.25 liter. So no point dah lah. That's why you have to remember maximum. But how to give it? Biasanya kita bagi 200 ke 3 segelas lah, 200 ke 300 ml every 30 minutes, kan? Okay. One more thing is time, duration. Duration kita trigger shy bladder adalah daripada 0 jam kepada 3 jam, kan? Saya tak payah bagi tahu, doktor, saya dah tunggu 3 hari tak boleh kencing lagi. Dah habis dah, sempadan masa dah habis, right? Kalau tak, you tak ada full stop lah, you buat shy bladder sampai sudah nak tunggu, kan? That's why you have to remember this and remember this. That's why Dr. Abu mentioned early in the morning just now, always refer to your notes, yeah? Esok jangan habis kelas ni, habis exam terus bakar nota ni, tak payah. Okay, you keep it nicely and you have to refer and refer. That's what we did before. You have to read and refer and discuss that how you come into the what you call that experience comes through continuous learning. Yeah. Okay. So we have shy bladder, dia kata discard the first sample. Buanglah botol tu, ambil botol lain. Walaupun dekat botol tu ada kesan dia kencing sikit je. Walaupun nampak setitik sikit je urine, tak boleh lah. Sebab urine drug collection, isu dia adalah tak boleh top up. One go, one voiding, single voiding. Dia kencing sekali sampai 30 ml. Bagi tahu prosedur tu, cik kena kencing sekali, kencing ni 30 ml. Tak payah tahan kencing kecil tengah-tengah, tak payah, cik kencing terus sampai macam tu. In cases of medics in the clinic and hospital, you are doing medical screening pre-employment whereby you have to do the blood taking and urine collection as well. Jadi botol urine yang nak bagi dulu adalah botol ni dulu isi. Kalau dah cukup-cukup kat sini, botol lagi satu botol yang nak buat urine FME tu nak isi tak cukup, okey tak apa. Yang tu cik duduk luar tengok TV dulu, nanti rasa nak kencing balik. Because yang ni kalau tak cukup tak boleh top up. Yang tu we are not measuring any procedure for single voiding that boleh top up. Faham tak? Okay. So no such thing dengan top up urine tu. So use new bottle but with the use new bottle with the same CCF, bulat-bulat highlight. Same CCF, shy bladder. Direct observation, one bottle, one CCF. Direct observation maknanya minimum memang dah ada 2 borang dan 2 botol. Okay? Understand? And then donor to provide his second sample within 3 hours setelah diberi air mencukupi 1.25 liter. Kita expect the donor akan kencing dalam masa katakanlah selesai pukul 12, maksimum pukul 3 dia selesai. Pukul 3, 5 minit, 3, 1 minit tak boleh kencing lagi, that's it, stop the procedure. Okay, stop the procedure. I think bateri habis ke apa ni. Okay, stop the procedure. Dia nak suruh saya berhenti. Okay, so give the donor plain water to drink, 200 to 300 ml every 3 minutes up to a total of 1.25 to stimulate. Kenapa kita bagi air? Kita nak stimulate urine production tu je. Itu adalah cara for manusia normal. Biasanya bagi air, minum banyak-banyak kali boleh boleh kencing, betul tak? Kan? Rasanya tak ada orang, kecuali kalau kita bagi dia angin, mungkin tak boleh kencing lah. Tak boleh lah kan? Bagi minum air boleh kencing sepatutnya. Kemudian proceed to second sample if adequate as per, kalau dah cukup urine pada sampel kedua kita collect, katakanlah pukul 12 tadi, 12.30 dia boleh kencing, isi padu cukup, buat seperti biasa. Kita bukan suspect dia ada case drug. Isu dia tadi tak cukup isi padu sahaja. Okey? Boleh Okey. Okey, so process the second sample, donor must leave the collection site during the collection process. So itu isu shy bladder. Okey. Mungkin pemahaman berbeza shy bladder yang pernah buat ke apa nak tanya. Kadang-kadang dia isu 1 botol, 2 botol. Boleh kena ingat 2 sempadan ni tadi, volume dengan time. Ya, you boleh bagi air, jangan bagi je. Kadang-kadang sepanjang 3 jam tu dia suka minum air. Itu yang jadi sampai 5 liter dia minum. Ya. Betul, ya. Satu lagi dia lupa sempadan masa tu, jadi doktor saya dah tunggu dia 3 hari tak kencing-kencing. Itu yang susah. Okey. Kalau berlaku begitu, okey. Maximum volume, maximum time, tak boleh kencing pada isi padu yang cukup. Biasanya bagi air dia boleh kencing lah, tapi isi padu masih tak cukup. Itu ada rule of apa nak buat? Call DER, refer kepada doktor yang berkenaan untuk periksa donor ni apa masalah dia. Refer for medical opinion, medical examination. What's the problem with the donor? Sometimes dia ada masalah buah pinggang kronik, orang panggil chronic kidney disease, dia tak boleh kencing, ataupun ada batu karang pun dikencing dan sebagainya. Kalau lelaki ada masalah prostate dan sebagainya. Kalau ada laporan tu dalam masa 5 hari bekerja, within 5 working days, yes, you can produce the report to your MRO verifier untuk pastikan okey, dia ni tak boleh buat kaedah normal collection pasal dia tak boleh kencing dengan cukup. Therefore it goes to first topic yang Dr. Abu cakap tadi, alternative specimen. Ada orang kita tak boleh nak kumpul air kencing dia untuk test drug. Ada orang kita kena test air liur dia. Ada orang kita kena test rambut dia. Tapi adalah masalah pada sampel-sampel tu. Kenapa kita buat urine? Inilah sampel yang paling praktikal dalam Malaysia. Dekat USA dia buat sampel rambut untuk air kencing, sebab dia ada makmal berdekatan yang boleh proses. Kalau kita buat sampling rambut, dia perlu sekurang-kurangnya 10 cm. Ada orang tak cukup 10 cm. Saya cukup tak lagi 10 cm kan. Dan mesti rambut ni, bukan bulu dada ke apa, tak boleh. Dan kenapa sampel tu 10 cm ke atas dia nak bagi 3 tau. Bagi 3 makmal akan buat. Kalau kita nak buat, saya ada buat sampel rambut kadang-kadang, tapi kena hantar minimum dekat Australia. So kalau dan kebanyakannya kes ni kes expatriate, duduklah hotel 3 minggu kerja tu baru masuk kerja. Kan? Okay. So it's not practical lah. We cannot do that routinely. Yes, we can do. Sweat boleh test drug on site, boleh, as a quick result for negative. Kalau ada non negative, nak hantar ABRC boleh jaga lah. Air peluh tu sempat kering, air liur lah, air liur. Hantar ABRC dah kering lah. That's a practicality issue lah for your yes, we can take even some sample, tapi tak benda-benda yang tidak invasive. Dulu kita pernah ada some of your friends, participant, sampel alternatif dijawab cecair tulang belakang, spinal fluid. Tak praktikal kan, tak pasal-pasal nak tutup air tulang belakang, nak ambil test. Kita jawab benda yang praktikal lah, sampel-sampel alternatif untuk test drug. Yang praktikal, betul tak? Jawab air tulang belakang. Kan, takutlah orang nak test drug, nak ambil darah pun dah pejam mata lah, kan. Yang mana-mana kontraktor kan, dia lompat sini kena ambil darah selalu kan. Itu pun dah pejam mata lah kata. Kan, dulu zaman kena swab test, saya ni dah tak ada hidung kan, kena korek hidung kan, buat swab test masa COVID tu. Kan, okey. So discard the sample, DER to contact the donor and request that they undergo medical evaluation by medical doctor within 5 working days. Kalau kata 5 hari tu, hari 1, 2, 3, hari ke-4 birthday Agung, tak apalah, itu bukan working day. So continue lagi, macam tu. Mesti 5 hari bekerja rasanya cukup lah untuk report. Biasanya dirujuk pada pakar kesihatan keluarga, pakar yang berkenaan lah, buah pinggang, urologi lah, tengok. Kalau dia tak ada masalah, dia kata, dia tak ada masalah, refusal to test lah tu. Dia saja buat tak boleh kencing. Ada kalau dia ada masalah, mana MRO akan decide alternative specimen. Mungkin kalau payah, saya katakan air liur semua tu payah, mungkin dia akan decide untuk buat blood testing untuk drug. Boleh? Ada kaedah dia. Okay? Tapi prosedur dia anda tak buat lah. Kan? Sebab bukan semua amro nurse, bukan semua amro minimum medical personnel yang boleh ambil darah. Kan? Tak pasal pula kena ni kan. Okay. Jadi send the report for evaluating doctor, especially MRO for verification. If the medical report confirm donor are having genuine medical problem preventing him from giving adequate urine, MRO will report the case as cancel test. If donor has no acceptable medical problem, MRO report the case as refusal to test. Itu je. Okay? Untuk reporting tu kita bagi tahu tu je. Your job tadi macam Dr. Atta bagi tahu tadi adalah assisting or providing semua dokumentasi kepada MRO untuk buat verification, pengesahan. So enough. Ya, verification tu MRO akan decide. Tapi saya kata dah refusal to test tu ada di peringkat yang AMRO boleh declare. Contoh dia donor datang lagi tak buat test tu, refusal to test tu. Kan? Datang-datang terus bawa plastik aiskrim, refusal to test lah tu. Okey? So itu yang kita nampak lah. Okey? So this is the shy bladder collection. You can go through the summary of the flow process. Okay, so one more is the direct observation collection. Okay, kita ada 5 minit sebelum ending of the lecture. Direct observation collection adalah keadaan tadi ada problem dengan urine, non-negatif pada urine. You have to understand that non-negative urine bukan hanya keadaan urine ada drug, kan? Salah satu dia adalah urine ada presence of metabolite, active metabolite. But other condition are invalid physical and chemical criteria of the urine. Invalid physical criteria are those 5 things that I told you. Contoh dia male donor with red colour urine, kan? Ataupun blue colour urine lah. Mungkin dia cedok air dalam toilet tu terus yang kita prepare, or whatever solution that they bring. Okay, sometimes consuming a lot of cheeky take on tablet can produce blue coloured urine tau. Pernah try? Tak adalah, kita makan cheeky take on mungkin 1-2 dah baik kan. Kadang-kadang overdose cheeky take on atau sinocot tu akan produce blue coloured urine. Kan? Nak kena test lah. Cheeky take on tu ambil dalam separuh botol ke boleh? Okey, tak payahlah. Tak pasal-pasal. Besok kan ramai MC pula hari Senin ni kan. Okey. So urine sample collection is physically witnessed by the collector or observer. Maknanya kita lihat donor tu, ya. Contoh saya Nelson kat sini, saya betul-betul dengan donor, di sebelah donor melihat urine tu masuk dalam botol. Itu masuk direct observation. Okey, the procedure. Proper exposure must be there. Tapi tengok dulu reason for collection are suspected tampering of sample by donor, abnormal temperature, colour, proteinous or odor. Dia tak masuk volume kan? Sebab volume tadi pergi kepada shy bladder. Okey, shy bladder, ingat ya. Sebab ada lagi satu shy nanti, alkohol nanti biar dulu yang tu. Okey. Abnormal urine variety result during POCT. POCT masa kita buat variety result chemical criteria lah. pH abnormal, specific gravity abnormal, creatinine abnormal, oxidant abnormal. Okey. Benda-benda ni berada pada muka belakang botol POCT, ya. Dalam reading panel tu, okey. Adanya yang ni kita akan bincang bab POCT nanti, ya, strip reading. Okey, ada yang bertanya tadi tentang adanya test line, ada control line, test line, control line, apa benda ni kan. Yang ni kita akan tengok nanti. Yang penting sekarang ni kita bincang tentang kotak-kotak chemical variety criteria ni. Depend lah. Ada kit yang kata kotak pertama ni pH, specific gravity and creatinine. Ada kit yang ada sampai 6 chemical variety. Ada, ya. That's the maximum lah. So perubahan ni hanya akan kita kena pasti dengan membandingkan result tu. Bila kita tekan piston, perubahan warna akan berlaku, color changes. Then you refer ada color changes within the normal or abnormal range. Contoh dia kalau pH warna kekuningan, orange normal. Apabila warna hijau atau coklat dah abnormal pH. Nilai tak perlu tahu, MRO akan tengok nilai. Nilai akan dapat quantitative result akan dibaca oleh pihak ABRC nanti. ABRC akan keluar result pH urine ni 9.78. Kita tahu warna dia pink abnormal tu je. Okey? But your part tadi tu dokumentasi dalam CCF adalah paling penting. And then donor suspected trying to cheat. Macam-macam dia bawa duit siling lah masuk dalam tu macam-macam, ya. Okey. One more issue like I told you, why I don't put the toilet paper inside the collection site. Ada donor je tahu ilmu apa, lepas kencing dia celup air tisu dalam tu. Kan? Bila dia celup tisu dalam botol ni, dah as good as tampering the urine sample. Okey, just bagi tahu tak apa. Kita pakai glove kat sebab bang tak payah nak bungkus-bungkus urine dengan tisu bawa. Tak payah. Bagi je macam tu. Kadang-kadang kita takut dia celup dalam tu. Bila dia celup, kita kena buat direct observation lah, pasal dia dah tampering the original urine sample. That's why we don't do the urine collection in a bottle, put the test card, dipping the test card is as good as tempering the original urine sample. Yeah, okay, that's why we don't use that. This is the minimum standard collection test kit. And one more collection requested by employer, contoh yang dalam rehab tadi tu kan. Jadi majikan kena buat rehab, betul tak you are on methadone therapy, pemulihan ketagihan heroin, morfin. Jadi dia akan test lah, betul tak urine dia ni makin pulih. Jadi yang keadaan pemulihan ni kita kena buat direct observation terus biasanya. Ataupun employer memang request dia untuk buat direct observation kerana banyak suspicion. Yeah. And collection requested by MRO, cancel test cases which require negative result. Kadang-kadang MRO request. Okay. So these are the direct observation collection procedure which I will explain later. This will be the summary of that collection part. So see, many things device used by the donor to cheat the collection. Fake penis kan, nampak macam pakai dekat sini, lepas tu dia pijit-pijit, dia kencing, macam-macam dia buat. No proper inspection you akan tambah. Tapi kita bukan meraba dia tengok, tapi kita bagi tahu je kan. Tapi within your understanding just now, if a donor use this liquid, what will happen? What will be the issue? Temperature lagi, larutan tu kadang-kadang mungkin bau, pH berbeza, right? Kreatinin, air kencing kita ni ada kreatinin mengikut nisbah jumlah otot badan kita. Mungkin kreatinin lebih tinggi pada orang bina badan, tapi tak adalah setinggi muscle mass seekor kuda. Saya ada kes tu sebab apa saya sebut, there's one of the donor in a horse racing event, dia bawa air kencing kuda. Kreatinin kuda ni memang tinggi lah, pasal muscle dia banyak. Memang bukan air kencing orang. Okay. Tapi temperature cantik, panas-panas dia bawa. You can see, because he is a horse trainer. Anything can happen, tapi we trying the best within this kit. Kita dah ada banyak gate to deter dia non-compliant punya ni. Okay, the abuse. Okay, so these are the refusal to test which I will touch later lah. Okay, then sample shipment to the lab, like I told you, this will be the ABRC testing form. Yeah, after the next part we will going to discuss about the ABRC, how to fill up, whereby you have to know the cut-off concentration. Okay, so I stop here for this chapter. Any question for normal collection, cyber collection, and some part of direct observation? Yes.
Direct observation tu,
Mhm.
kita
Mic ni tak bunyi lah.
perempuan, tapi kan sebab direct observation kita panggil assistant kita
Okay.
untuk direct dia.
Okay, the question here is, I have understood what you are asking. There's a condition of direct observation here. Dia nak buat direct observation, samalah tadi issue of different gender of collector and donor. Okay, Syamimi kat sini donor lelaki, ideal katakan. Jadi ada case of you need to trigger direct observation, whereby donor kena expose, angkat baju pada nipple line, bring down the trousers below the knee. Jangan remove dia punya underwear apa semua tu. Okay, so observer kena ada. In the US, they are standing in front of the donor in my training, melihat air kencing tu keluar supaya tidak ada apa-apa conflict of interest, betul dia kencing, tak ada tipu-tipu. So in our setup, kita duduk di tepi dan melihat, bukan tengok dia, tengok air kencing tu masuk dalam botol je. For our setup, we are requesting for the same gender, jantina yang sama. So you boleh panggil kawan you yang sama dalam you punya klinik or center, or your center, tapi dia tak perlu ada AMRO training. Job dia pada tu adalah hanya untuk dapatkan urine sample, bagi dekat you ada kat luar toilet lah. Okay, direct observation means proper exposure of the donor, dan toilet door buka terus tau, buka terus. Itu normal collection, memang tutup terus toilet door, tak ada buka sikit tak ada. Untuk drug collection ada orang faham, normal collection pun buka sikit pintu, tak ada. We just go by what we have prepared in our collection site. Kalau dia pakai air pun kita tahu tip tu koyak, bunyi air dan sebagainya, do not flush, all these things. So you have to do the site preparation before, maybe 30 minutes before kan. Kalau you betul-betul klinik 8.30 ada case, you kena masuk pukul 7.30 lagi ready. Macam tu lah. Okay, so therefore no issue. Direct observation, kami takut dia kena pergi buat direct observation kat donor. So your observer can be the same gender as the donor, but need not to be AMRO trained. Tapi job dia adalah untuk tengok air kencing tu selesai, bagi terus pada you untuk proses terusnya. Proses tadilah masuk, mesti baca, buat bacaan dan sebagainya. That's for the direct observation. Ya. Okey. Lagi? Boleh? Sana? Tadi kata banyak soalan ni, lupa pula tanya. Okey. Yes. Anything?
Okay, what happen if kalau yang donor tu dah tiba je bagi sampel
Donor dah bagi sampel.
then it's like dia kena 2 children mesti rank up.
Okey. So it's a male donor lah kan? Male donor dah bagi sampel, memang from the first voiding of the urine, dia start kencing ada darah. Macam tu. Okey. So the thing is, hematuria can be several condition. If it is a gross hematuria, number one, let me say, you have to remember that drug-free workplace program and the drug screening is an integral part of the fitness for work screening. Jadi kalau worker tu memang dah ada hematuria so and so, for example, I quote satu lah, Malaysian Petroleum Management Guideline of Fitness for Work, the presence of even more than 1 cm stone dalam pundi kencing atau buah pinggang is a reason for not fit to work. Sepatutnya dia ni tak proceed sampai urine drug pun, masa medical fitness tu pun dah fail lah. Jadi kita tak ada isu. Kadang-kadang mungkin ada yang baru develop hematuria, tiba-tiba on site dia takkan jadi macam terlalu merah, kita masih lagi proceed sample tu, but patutnya kalau betul-betul pure hematuria condition takkan ada marijuana kot, takkan ada kokain kot, macam tu lah. So you have to go on with the things and it won't interfere with your parameters even. You have pH, you have creatinine, nitrate, according to your kit, normally it won't be disturbed. Like I told you, in the ladies, menstruating lady with a proper reason, for example random testing for cause, you have to proceed even she's on a heavy menses on the first day. That doesn't disturb the reading of the drug. And for your information, the presence of any drug, for example drug detected non-negative for marijuana, for example, the sample can be kept for 3-4 days, got several days of public holiday in Malaysia, for 4 hari, hari ke-5 baru boleh hantar ke Penang, naik JNT ke Ninja Van ke apa ke, tak ada masalah. Cara packing sample pun tidak perlu letak dalam cold box apa semua, just a normal special handling in a specific box sajalah. Okay, because you already interpret the temperature within 4 minutes, right? You don't need the cold box, just send to the ABRC and inform them. ABRC will know, they have a protocol to handle that properly. And how to store the urine just now as well, we're going to touch on the POCT part later, whereby you only have to keep in the 2 to 8 degrees centigrade temperature, peti sejuk. Tak perlu ultra low temperature, tak perlu bekukan. Do not, never ever refrigerate the urine. Jadi beku ais dah, integrity dia dah disturb. It must be in liquid. For the lab procedure different. After interpretation of some sample aliquot of the urine, sedikit isi pada urine, memang dia akan bekukan urine tu selama setahun ikut protokol dia, in case ada referral ataupun challenge of the urine test. Okay. Ada? Yes.
Okay, like we all working in manufacturing side, so the medical part we will do the urine collection.
Yeah.
So we won't be telling the staff that is it non-negative or negative. But when we inform the HR notify the employee, is it okay or?
Okay, now the stages that you haven't confirmed the urine test, right? Yeah. But you found a non-negative. You have to inform, if the HR is in the position of the appointed by the company SDER, designated employee representative, you can inform. But in general, out of 50 workers today, we have 7 workers with a problem pending report to ABRC, pending verification by our in-charge medical review officer. You have to inform that in general terms like that, so that the DER can inform the next management line to bar the 7 worker or so-called stand-down policy not to be involved with any safe sensitive duty. Safe sensitive duty you can imagine in your operation lah. Those who are operating crane, those who are operating involved of air traffic controllers, heavy machinery with the rotating parts, all these things. So you can inform them in general like that. Until verification by the MRO, then only the case will be mentioned individually that this guy is confirmed positive for marijuana, for example. But up to that extent, even we don't declare to the company owner that he is positive with marijuana at certain concentration, 15.7 nanogram, for example, no need, unless there is a written request to ask for that. because it's enough. MRO final verification is enough saying that unless it goes to the court case or return request, then we will declare the value. Why? Because the value, okay, we have the cut off of 15 nanogram for marijuana, for example, just now, conformity cut off. So I have Mr. A and Mr. B. Mr. A is 16 nanogram positive. Mr. B is 2000 nanogram lah positive, clear cut positive. If you informing by the value, company kata, bos kau team lah, satu value itu 16 je. Kan, yang 2000 tu okey lah, yang 15, 16 ni dia dah kerja lama dengan saya. That will be a bargaining situation, yeah. So like your marks tomorrow, 59 is fail, 60 is pass, 61 also pass, 90 memang pass lah, for example lah kan, takut pula. Okay, so something like that lah. Okay. Ya, ada lagi soalan? Yes, okay, one more. Okay, last question lah, nanti kan you lambat pula makan. Okay.
I'm puzzled about this.
Yeah.
It says here, if the control line doesn't appear,
Oh, okay.
then it is inconclusive. Is it considered
Yes.
non-negative?
Yes.
As written,
Yeah.
non-negative.
Okay, thank you for your question. I'm going to elaborate on that during the point of correction testing kit. We will discuss properly, like I told you just now, on the test line and control line. Okay, so we'll keep that in the next chapter. Okay.
And another thing.
Yes.
The first copy is a lab copy.
No, it can be the other way.
Either.
First or
Because
second
it's
having.
written here first, wondering.
Yes, first and second it can be any way,
I see.
because it's having the same information. It can goes to your record and it goes to lab record.
Only the third.
Yes, only the third. The idea is the copy which goes to the donor, there's a blanco on the result. We're not declaring them the result. That's it. Because some setup, some clinic may don't have the pre-printed form. They keep on printing the form. So they can have the detailed form, one copy. If there's a reason need to send to the lab, they can produce that form, photocopy. I mean, and the just make sure that the donor copy does not contain information about the result. Okay, welcome. So for that I end this lecture. So thank you for your attention. Okay.